Fun one. DJ Williams here. We got Christian, the Wizard Weaver, intern in the booth. Oh, that's what we're doing. I like that. All right. And we got Pigskin in as well. And surprise, Justin Acree out on vacation.
That never happens.
Never happens.
Shocking.
I know a lot of listeners are thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Last time he showed up from his last vacation, he said, "That's it. I'm done. I got it all out. We're locked in now. The next vacation won't come till after football season." Well, things change. Things pop up. I don't really mind. Do your thing, right, Pigskin? He's been here 20 years.
You know, that's probably keeping him sane, getting out everywhere. I had a long discussion with my wife about this because I've been coming on the show for about 20 years now. I said, it always amuses me that everybody that works at the Buzz, if they get a day off, it's like they've been paroled from prison. You know, it's like, I can't believe it. We got a day off. See, he's grinning over here like a monkey because he got last Thursday and Friday off.
It was fantastic.
Yeah. And I said, you know, it's not like these guys work in a coal mine or a steel mill. And she said, now look at this. And she put this in perspective as women are wont to do. She said, you've been doing what you do long enough that you kind of set your schedule. You come and go as you please. You're flexible. She said, these guys are tethered to the station from this many hours to this many hours. They have to be there. Have to be. She said, psychologically, that creates a different outlook for them than it would for you. And I said, you know, you're probably right. So
fair enough.
I'm going to quit giving him a hard time about being gone all the time. Yeah.
Which would be fine if he didn't claim that he never takes off.
Right,
you know?
yeah.
He takes off more than everybody else here.
I think no matter what you do working-wise, not working is better.
Oh, it's not. It depends. Some days, but it was a nice 2 days off. So, we had 2 days off. I guess ESPN was rolling here on the Buzz. I took the mornings off on KRK as well, so it was awesome.
So did you sleep in a little bit?
I slept till 9:30.
So you don't get July?
Did not.
It felt uncomfortable. I felt like I was missing something.
I bet you did.
Know? You don't get July 4th off at the station?
So we split holidays. And so you have 2 on, 2 off. Right. And so you just coordinate with your coworkers what holidays you want to work. I usually always work on Thanksgiving and around Christmas because football is I'm going to be working anyway. So that being said, it's a nice little Monday here. Like I said, Justin will be back with us Wednesday, I believe. I think he's off tomorrow.
I believe that's
as well. Big Talkers, make sure y'all be a part of the show. It's always fun when he's off because I like taking phone calls. So, Jacqueline, if you're out there, today's your day. You can talk as long as you want. Y'all know the 9. It's 501-661-1037. We also have our D3 Auto Sales text line and our live fan feedback thanks to True Service Community Federal Credit Union. It's going to be a fun show. Big Talkers. That being said, question of the day, Christian.
So with Arkansas losing the top 3 in-state recruits in the state, 2 went to Oklahoma and the other went to
Kansas State.
No,
LSU.
He wasn't. Yeah, LSU was Carius Kern. Yeah. We did lose another top 10 recruit. He went to Kansas State. Yeah, Monterio Wilson.
That's rough.
Lost him to Kansas State.
Kansas State, Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah,
not even bad. Manhattan, New York.
Yeah. There must be some NIL money there.
Amarian Robinson, and Monterio Elston of Parkview. Robinson's the number 2 recruit in Arkansas. He went to Oklahoma, and Elston went to Kansas State. We lost Carius Kern to LSU, and then we lost Marcus Wimberly, who I believe is the 3rd-ranked player in the state. He's going to Oklahoma as well. Yeah. So, with all that said, do you believe Sam Pittman will be the head coach at Arkansas next year?
That's our question of the day.
Yes.
Post it up right now.
About to.
Poll.
It just seems
early predictions for poll.
75%.
No. It just seems like the writing is on the wall if all that is happening.
I was shocked that he survived last year. I didn't think he would. But then when they made the maneuver to get Petrino in, you're like, I see what they're doing. Yeah, that's it. So
there was 1 week, I think it was the 7-3 loss, where I think a lot of people thought it was coming. And then something drastically changed in that next week, where Hunter Yurachek came out and doubled down, and I'm not sure what boast of confidence was said or behind closed doors. I just remember after that game, and I won't put too many people out there, there was certain people very close to Sam Pittman, very close to the job, and you could see it in their face like, oh no, this is it. Overwhelming amount of emotion to the point to where the writing was on the wall. I remember coming down that hallway about to get onto the field, seeing Hunter Yurachek's face, and it looked like a face of someone who's about to tell something, but then something happened the next week. all that emotion changed. Statements were made. So that was very interesting to see because, I saw similar looks with Hunter Yurachek before Brett Bielema. I saw similar looks. Not Brett Bielema, sorry. Chad Morris.
Yeah.
Right. Chad Morris. Similar looks with Chad Morris. And that being said, it worked out for him. And this isn't a knock on Coach Pittman at all. I mean, he's just an old school coach coaching in a completely different era of football where things when it came to building character, keeping recruits, and building these things that, the whole trust the process things to get your program up and running, that's going to take a few years. That's almost non-existent nowadays.
Out the window.
And it's very difficult for now these old school coaches, i.e., the conversation that Nick Saban had with his wife, talking about, we got these recruits in, we're going to show them this, and his wife stops him and says, Nick, why do you even tell them all this? All they care about is the money. And he said that was an eye-opening moment, hearing it from his wife,
Wow.
Maybe a little bit to why he decided to step away from the game. So all that being said, if he is not your coach, a lot of people are going to start thinking, who is it? It's got to be a guy that's sitting in the Wilms right now calling the plays. His name is Bobby Petrino, which is fascinating to me because when it comes to a football mind, he's one of the best out there. And I can only say that from personal experience of being out on the field, running with the football after I catch it and thinking, how the hell did he know that was going to be open? Because we talked about it all week in practice. And we're playing against Ole Miss. And I kid you not, Pigskin, he says, on third down, when we're on this hash, they're going to be in this defense. And there we go. We break the huddle. And I was like, okay, so far so good. He says, jab step this defensive end, Greg Hardy. He's going to jump out, and this linebacker is going to shoot the gap. It's all happening. I can hear it all in my mind. Like, how does he know you're going to catch? You're going to have to make one guy miss. I saw the one guy, made him miss. And so when you think of a guy like that who knows the game that well, you think it'd be no-brainer for him to still be successful at the head coaching position. But the game has changed. He can't coach the way he coached and keep these players.
Think about this. You've seen it. You've lived it. Okay? And if this were just an X's and O's thing, if this was you youngsters playing your Pac-Man video games and all this other stuff. Yeah, okay. That was a nod from basketball with Trey Stone and Stone and Parker, exactly. So if this were just X's and O's, Petrino's top 5 every year.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's recruitment. It's charm. It's roster management. Now, like you said, it's coaching people. Can you yell at people? Can you swear at people? Are they going to wait and not get playing time? You got about 10 variables that are really to the fore that never really were before. Before, you go in there, for your first year, sit down, shut up, get in the weight room. You'll pay your dues. You'll wait your turn. Nobody wants to wait their turn anymore.
No.
And how do you do all that? How do you manage all that?
Yeah.
When it's taken somebody who's mastered it like Saban and saying, that's it, I can't deal with this anymore.
Yeah.
Or somebody like Harbaugh that just won the they're like, I'm not fooling with this. I don't want to fool with these kids anymore.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. It is.
I think it may not be the biggest variable, but it's probably the second. It's like, how much money can you get people to donate to your NIL?
Yeah, that's going to be big. And I don't
think
that's
1 or 2 probably.
I don't think Coach P, is having those dinners and he's smooching. That's just not how he rolls. And I don't see him ever being that unless he adjusts. And then you go back to just thinking how different things would have been. Think about when Arkansas had Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis in the backfield. I don't think that's possible nowadays because they're going to want they're all
want to start,
and they will start and get money. I mean, you can't do that anymore. Now, what was really cool, there was another guy fourth behind them, Michael Smith. He was a smaller guy. Just didn't get playing time because you got these three guys. Yeah, very explosive, good athlete. They all leave. And he has a great year in Petrino's first year and second year as well. Now, he didn't go on to the NFL and do all that. Very good back, very productive. But what was so essential to keeping him there, he was the biggest mentor to a Nal Davis, Dennis Johnson, Broderick Green. He was almost a second coach to these guys.
Good locker room guy.
Oh, he was awesome. He was a legit team captain. But
team chemistry.
Yeah, if the portal was a thing back then, he would have been gone as soon as Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis, and Darren McFadden all are there. I mean, so the game has changed.
You
and
knew
it's tough.
something was up. This is still a weird thing to me that the 2-time SEC rushing leader last 2 years, last year, year before, changed conferences.
Yeah.
Quinshon Judkins left Ole Miss to go to Ohio State. Ohio State's got 2 or 3 pretty good backs already. It's not like they had absolutely nobody else. But, I'd heard stories. Somebody that lived down in Oxford, they got a relative there. They said, well, he wanted more money, and Kiffin said, this is it. We're not doing it. I'm leaving. He goes up to Ohio State. And then he tried to come back, and they're like, no. And I'm like, can you imagine as a coach trying to deal with all this stuff?
Oh, my goodness.
I couldn't deal with it.
I haven't seen it, so I don't know how to – it's hard for me to give opinions on things I don't see. Because in the NFL, people would think, well, they've been doing this in the NFL for a long time. With all those big contracts floating around, you just don't see stuff like this. And because I think you're dealing with people who've had time to mature. You're dealing with grown men and not kids. And you're not dealing with parents saying do this and do that. There's just a different level of standard that has been set for such a long time in the NFL, which is college football is just so far from right now. But as far as him being a head coach next year, I mean, it's going to be tough. And let's just say if Coach Petrino is the guy after that, I've said this before, even back then before all this was a thing, I still think there was going to be a huge decline on the way with Coach Petrino to start off with, because I do believe he was doing very well with the talent that Houston Nutt brought to the Hill.
That's it.
And a lot of those guys, Pigskin, were from the state of Arkansas. You just don't get a big group of guys like that and keep them all to stay. And Tim Horton, shout out to him. Danny Nutt, shout out to them. Those guys, when I tell you they could recruit. Joe Adams was committed to USC. You got all these other players that were going to go otherwhere, but you had these guys, convinced these guys and sold them on the brand. No, this is home. This is a hog, and this can be y'all's thing. They sold it to them. We want all Jarius Wright, Greg Childs, Joe Adams. We want this to be yours.
Arkansas has to do that.
Yeah.
They've got to put a fence around the state.
Yeah.
There are not that many outstanding, D1 football players produced from high schools around here. You got to keep the greater majority of these guys. And when you're seeing this Wimberly kid go to Oklahoma, when you're seeing these guys, Oklahoma's picking guys up. Oklahoma's not even any good right now. They haven't been good for the last 5 years, really. Yeah. I mean, so it's not like they're – I understood it. I didn't like it, but I understood it when Keith Jackson comes out of Parkside and he goes and signs with Barry Switzer. These guys are like the defending national champions. They were great. Okay, he wanted to play for a powerhouse. That'd be like somebody, playing for Alabama or someone today. But Oklahoma's not that.
No.
They're really not. And here's a prediction. I don't think Oklahoma, it's going to take them a few years to adjust to leagues, because you're not playing, Iowa State and Kansas and schools like this. Even the lesser schools in the SEC,
you got to turn it up a notch.
Are a slog.
Yeah.
They're physical. They're rough. And this is just a weird time of college football. I've been watching it my whole life religiously, and I don't really know how this is going to shake out. I don't think anybody does.
No. So it will be a very interesting season for sure. No doubt about that. Other things, too, as we can talk about, we can talk football all day. If you'd like other things to kind of keep in mind that we're going to be talking about today, we're going to have Zack Gillham on from Oaklawn, talking all things Oaklawn. Olympics, that's always a good talker. Also, some interesting headline. I'd be curious to see what Wes Moore has to say about this. Rumors are starting to swirl around about Jerry Jones selling the Cowboys to Saudi Arabia. This is from Fox Sports 1. Their host, Craig Carlton, hopefully I'm saying that right, is one who's kind of telling these stories. This came out a couple days ago. When I first heard it, I said, no way. But then I said who it was. You said, well,
Money is no object. And people say that all the time. They can truly say that over there. They've got that kind of money. Did I hear, Christian, they said that the Los Angeles Clippers were valued at like $4 billion right now?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay, if the Los Angeles Clippers are worth $4 billion, the Dallas Cowboys are worth $40 billion. I'm not even kidding.
No, yeah, you're
and
right.
The Saudis are the kind of people, $40 billion, sold. They would do it. So this is weird.
Yeah, this has them at 9.2, by the way. Which, I mean, every team that goes up is going to go for more than what they're worth, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if the Clippers went for sale right now, they'd probably get bought for 6 something.
You want to talk about a good investment strategy? I think Michael Jordan just proved it again. as a general manager, as a evaluator of talent, as an owner, Jordan was a cipher. He was awful.
He was terrible.
As a guy that knows how to take $1 and make it into $100, Jordan's brilliant. And, he just got rid of his team. What did he make? 4, 5, 6 times whatever he invested. You almost cannot lose money buying a professional sports franchise. They almost always just spike in value and keep going up.
Even if you suck.
Even if you're terrible. That's exactly right.
Because everybody wants to own.
Everybody wants to own one. That's it. And there's only a very few of them. This is just in for economics, boys. Why is gold worth so much money? There's a very limited supply of it. When you got a limited supply of something, that drives prices up. Professional sports franchises come in that window.
That being said, this guy, Craig Carlton from Fox Sports, like I said, it's a rumor. He hasn't had any evidence to back this up, and not sure exactly where this came from. I'd be shocked if that happened, right? You pass that through your family.
I don't think Jerry's going to ever let go of it,
ever.
But if somebody comes in and makes you an offer you can't refuse,
yeah.
I mean,
There's been rumors for a little bit that Saudi investors are trying to get into American pro sports, which they have the money to do
it. Yeah.
Sports washing. Well, the other thing is almost everybody has their price with something. It's a rare thing that you don't. My favorite restaurant as a kid growing up in Flint, Michigan, was a Greek-owned Coney Island called Ambassador Coney Island. Their food was just off the chain. So I come back from college, the thing's gone. It's bulldozed, and there is there's a drugstore there.
Oh no!
I'm like, what happened? They said the guy came over and offered. He said, I would give you. It's just a little tiny plot of land. I will give you $1 million for this plot of land.
I'm out.
Sold.
Yeah.
And he sold it. I mean, and Jerry, $1 million's not going to do it for Jerry, but $20 billion might do it. Who knows?
That's wild. And they got it. You said it really is no deal.
No, they can pay what they want.
Yeah.
They broke the PGA Tour's back with LIV. The Saudis have so much money that they can just absolutely spend you into oblivion.
All right, we got a caller on hold right now. Lewis on line 1. Luis or Lewis? What is
Lewis.
This? Lewis, what you got going on?
Hey, how you doing, DJ?
Doing good.
Pigskin, how you doing, my man?
Good, man.
Good. Hey, I was calling in regards to those recruits that we lost, and I turned the show on, and you guys were talking about it. And but DJ, let me ask you a question because like Pigskin said, Nutt used to put a fence around the state, and Chad Morris even did a decent job getting some of the good in-state recruits. Why are we losing them? Is it because of the lack of recruiting that's up there now? Because, we were sold a bill of goods that Sam Pittman was supposed to be this great recruiter, and that some of his staff, like Travis Williams and all those people. So why are we losing these recruits? Is it the NIL money? Is that what it is?
I think that's part of it.
That's huge.
I think that the NIL money is dwindling with the Arkansas football program because we're just not optimistic about what's going on.
And that's really the thread that goes throughout this. You heard what Basil said on the morning show today. It was absolutely spot on. He said, you don't think Oklahoma and these other schools around the SEC are going to these kids and saying, yeah, I know you want to be a Razorback. I know you grew up there. You really think Pittman's going to be there? Pittman ain't going to be there. You're going to sign on with this guy, and then they bring in another regime, and you don't know. He said, you come over with us, we're building something.
Yeah.
They do that, and I guarantee you that's got some traction right now. 4-8. When you're 4-8, you're backpedaling. That's
right.
all it is. And
I would also say, too, I was talking to somebody about this the other day. I feel like that lure of I want to grow up and be a Razorback. I feel like a lot of kids don't have that. Like I'm used to back in the day is there was no question. I remember talking to Hunter Henry during recruiting, and they were going through coaching changes and stuff like that. And he says, I just want to be a Razorback. I mean, period, plain and simple. And I feel like a lot of kids just don't do that nowadays. Now, what I think helps is, some people say you have to, if you want to be competitive, recruit outside the state and all this. But what was so good is having people up there who understand exactly what it is when we talk about once a Razorback, always a Razorback. And I feel like they don't really have that a lot up there. And I can only explain Coach Nutt. I don't know what it was about him. You believed him when he said it, and he made you believe in it. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, you don't have to worry about stuff floating around and all that money and all this stuff. He would have been somebody to make you figure it out. But, guys like Darren McFadden, who could have went anywhere in the country, he just knew, no doubt, I want to be a Razorback. Ryan Mallett was the same way. Unfortunately, they got Mitch Mustang, and they didn't have an offense that fit him, so he ended up going to Michigan, but couldn't wait to get back to Arkansas. Mm-hmm. So, you're just going to need that right person up there who can sell the state of Arkansas because, when these kids get online nowadays, Pigskin, they'd be like, why would I want to go to Arkansas? They're trash.
In the aftermath of the Bay of Pigs debacle, John F. Kennedy took the heat. He authorized it and everything, and he gave a great, great quote that applies here. He said, well, victory has 100 fathers, but defeat is an orphan. Okay, everybody wants to be part of something that's winning, and nobody wants to be part of something that's losing. They got to win some games this year.
Yeah,
they have to.
They do.
Start winning games, and these kids are going to want to go up on the hill again.
That's how it starts. Lewis, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
It's going to be a long way up that hill, though. They got a guy who can call the shots, though, offensively and defensively. They got a couple pieces.
Defensive coordinator's pretty good.
Yeah, I like the defensive coordinator, too. They got some of the right pieces in place. They just got to keep these recruits. It's tough, man. You can't build a program if you don't have people to build it on. All right, we're about to take our first break. Come back, much more in the zone.
Just the two of us building castles in the sky. Just the two of us, you and I.
Listen every Wednesday when RJ Hawk joins his old buddies on Morning Mayhem. Presented by Natural State Wholesale Flooring. See everything that Natural State Wholesale has to offer at naturalstatewholesale.com.
This is SportsCenter.
The Grant Park 165 in Chicago is becoming an annual event for NASCAR, and rain is becoming an annual event for the race. For back-to-back years now, the race has been delayed by rain, but Alex Bowman found his way to Victory Lane this weekend. He is the 12th driver this season to find Victory Lane. Just 4 more playoff spots remain, with 6 regular season races left to go. Bowman snapped an 80-race streak without a victory with this one on Sunday. And in golf, it was David Thompson who found himself in the winner's circle. He carded the 63, 67, 62, and 64 at the John Deere Classic for a winning score of 28 under par. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
Get in the conversation with the True Service Credit Union live fan feedback at 1037thebuzz.com. In too deep? Lower your rate when you move your loan to True Service. TrueService.net.
Car wreck? Call Rainwater Holt in Sexton.
888-8888.
8 for a fast response. 8 for results. 8 for Arkansas.
Anywhere in the state, dial 8.
888-8888.
Responsible attorneys Michael Rainwater and Bob Sexton.
At Capital Technology Group, we make your technology our priority. There are so many threats to IT these days, and we're here to help protect your data and devices. We're also by your side when things simply go wrong, whether it's servers crashing or printers breaking. We cover it all for our clients in all types of businesses. And with over 80 years of history in Arkansas, you can trust Capital Technology Group to be your business technology partner. Sign up for a free consultation at captg.com.
Chris Kane joins Morning Mayhem every Monday, presented by Trader Bill's Outdoor Sports, serving sportsmen with one goal: to offer the highest quality hunting, fishing, and marine products available at affordable prices since 1983.
Hi, I am Joseph Pena of the Arkansas State basketball team. Shipments of summer fashion are arriving at Bell & Swart. That means swimwear from Saks, Gentile, Polo, and shirts, Maui Jim sunglasses, and Johnny O sportswear. Be sure and check out Martin Dingman Lodge for shoes, belts, bags. So, hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
At Southern Floor Coating, coatings are all they do, and they won't be beat on price. Factory-trained installers using the purest form of polyurea with UV stability for all your outside projects. When you call, you'll talk with a professional interested in your project, not a voicemail. Don't trust a fly-by-night company that may not be in business next year. Transform your patio, porch, or pool deck and call the real pros at Southern Floor Coating. 501-402-4912 or take a look at southernfloorcoating.com.
Justin Akery for my friends at Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville, my favorite car dealership in the entire state of Arkansas, and it will be yours too. All you got to do is go and get the Gwatney experience one time, and it will change your thinking on shopping anywhere else. You're going to keep going back again and again to my favorite people in Jacksonville, and they've got the big SUVs. Great selection right now on the Suburbans, on the Tahoes, all the way down to the smaller SUVs like the Trailblazer and the Trax. We mentioned the Trax. Now let's talk trucks. The Silverado, the bread and butter of the Gwatney family of vehicles. They've got great selection on those as well. All kinds of different packages. And again, they can help you with financing across the board. Want to be taken care of on your trade? You want a great buying experience? It's one stop. It's Gwatney Chevrolet in Jacksonville. Go to their website, GwatneyChevrolet.com. You can see all the vehicles, both new and pre-owned, and you can get some great deals on pre-owned vehicles as well. We always talk about the Gregory Street exit. Right now with the construction, get off the James Street exit if you're heading away from the capital city towards Jacksonville. Easy in and out, but you know it's going to be an even easier experience once you get on site at Gwatney Chevrolet. Go by and see our friends in Jacksonville.
The Zone and the Oaklawn Hot Springs studio is back. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, let's see what Justin Akery and DJ Williams have to say on the Buzz Radio Network.
I've wasted a paycheck on whiskey and long necks ever since you left, trying to figure this out. This Jack I've been drinking.
All right, welcome back in. We got some feedback. We got our live fan feedback thanks to True Service Community Federal Credit Union. In regards to Pittman, some say, man, I sure hope not. Dallas Cowboys, pretty sure if the other NFL owners have to agree on new owners of buying of any team, they could all veto the sale. Pigskin, you'd say...
No. I'd say they wouldn't, because the Saudis would get with them behind closed doors and offer all those dudes some money.
They got it like that, huh?
They got that money, DJ. Yes, they do.
They got it like that.
Money is no object with these folks.
Talking about recruiting, Jacob says, high school kids today have never seen the hogs that the listeners reminisce about. As long as the biggest checkbook gets the prize, schools like OU will usually out-recruit the hogs.
How long's it been since you were in college?
20.
You haven't been
2011, 2010.
So 15 years.
Yeah.
So it's really about 15 years since you guys were a powerhouse. So what he's saying is kind of right. These kids have 15 years is a long time not to be great.
Yeah.
So you had to go all the way back to that.
Since joining the SEC,
yeah,
Arkansas has had a winning record in SEC play just 7 out of 32 seasons.
That's brutal.
Yeah,
that
is brutal.
Frank did not do the school any favors by getting him in the league. He put him on put him on great footing financially.
Yes.
But man, you got to win the league. When I was a kid, and Arkansas was the only school in the Southwest Conference not in the state of Texas, Arkansas won the Southwest Conference a lot. And even in the years they didn't win, they were a factor. And they just haven't been a factor in the SEC, and I think that takes its toll over the course of 3 decades.
You got to have horses to run the race for you. And like you said, when you got guys in your own backyard that leave, it's almost impossible.
It is.
I mean, how do you get guys in the portal to come here when you can't convince people who live there their whole life not to go to the school as well, unless you give them the money to do so? I will say also, too, if coaches are listening, these guys that are growing up through Arkansas, there's a few names out there right now of kids 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade. One thing that I remember most about Ryan Mallett, when he went to football camps, they gave him the keys to the kingdom. You would think he ran that place.
No kidding.
All the top recruits. It was almost like Nutt said, this is y'all's house. Y'all do whatever you want. I don't think they haven't even committed yet. You know, they're 9th grade,
and they pretty much already got them.
Yeah, they said we don't care. This is y'all's house.
Yeah.
Invite your friends over. What do y'all need? It was they gave them the keys to the kingdom, and it felt like it was theirs. And I think that's a brilliant approach, and I don't think much of that is happening nowadays. I also y'all talking about these coaches. We talked about excited for the basketball season. What coaches out there do you think players would just be like, I have to go play for that coach?
Right now, it's Hurley.
Yeah. Who was that?
Right now, it's Danny Hurley.
Dan Hurley.
Cal.
I would put Cal in that situation.
Cal's in the top 5.
Because he's going to get you to the league.
Cal's going to get you in the league, and he's going to get you a paycheck.
Yeah. So those guys, I think, would be on the fence of not only am I thinking NIL too, but it'd be really cool if I got a call from this coach. If you get a call from some coaches, it's like, but when this coach calls, it almost validates you as one of the best in the country. Who is that in college football?
Kirby.
Right now? Kirby?
Is it Kirby?
Kirby's there.
Yeah.
It was Harbaugh till he left.
I mean, it was Saban.
Michigan
Harbaugh.
had 13 players drafted a couple of months ago. 13. And that's I mean, so they're going to get you in the league if you put in your time. They're a little bit boring, and just, crunching, run game, all that. But right now it's Kirby. Offensively, I think Lincoln Riley's there.
Yeah.
But Lincoln Riley's half a coach. He's brilliant offensively. They got no defense.
If you're a quarterback and Lincoln Riley calls, then that's probably a pretty big deal.
Anything else, I mean, the defense is just a joke. Venables had it going for a while at Clemson. They had some great defenses, but he hasn't.
Yeah, I don't think Dabo's on that tier either.
No,
anymore.
Dabo's not, and Venables hasn't been able to translate that in at the level at head coach at Oklahoma. That's a good question. Kirby comes to mind. Saban was obviously there. Ryan Day puts a lot of guys in the league. I don't like him much, but offensively, what Ohio State has done has been pretty impressive.
And I just think that does something from a kid that gets a phone call from those specific guys.
And there aren't that many of them. Well, you think if he has 2 or 3 more years like he had last year, Sarkisian maybe reaches that level?
Yeah.
Maybe Lane Kiffin.
Coach Shark calls. Coach Lane calls. It's almost like a popularity thing, but now it obviously comes with winning. You
got to win.
But yeah, I think just
and both of them won 11 games last year.
Yeah.
So if you win 11 games, you're in the conversation.
Does Arkansas have the potential to have a guy like that?
They've done it before.
Yeah,
they did it. What'd you guys go 10-2?
No, I'm talking about having. Do you think they recruits it for that way if Coach Petrino calls them?
Here's the problem with that. I think he's that brilliant a coach. I don't know that he checks all the other boxes to have that kind of a program.
Yeah.
I don't know that he does. So we'll see.
Interesting. Yeah. We will see. That being said,
got some feedback over here from our D3 Auto Sales text line. Just Chuck says, I think Pittman is out no matter what. If he has a bad year, he'll get fired. If he has a good year, I think he retires on a positive note. I think that is there's a chance that he retires just because he's done with the landscape of college football. I think
what's his contract details like? Likely. Did we know anything? How much he has left on that, or?
I wonder if you I don't know. Did they come some sort of settlement where he takes less money? He's like, okay, I'll retire.
They give him a good severance, and think about that. That's an interesting scenario to bring up. We're seeing that right now with President Biden. A lot of people in his own party have said, why don't you just step down and, you'll be respected and you'll be beloved and, you'll clear the path for, the next generation, and he doesn't want to do it.
It's like, let me make this clear. I'm running.
It's like Leo in Wolf of Wall Street.
Exactly.
I'm not leaving. He's not doing it. I'm not leaving.
Yeah, they're having a going away party for him. He comes back. So that's
man.
Yeah, that's rough.
Realistically, this is from a number in the 501. Realistically, when you look at this year's football schedule, I only see 3 or 4 wins, maybe 5. Yeah.
We've had that conversation. Who called in the other day? Do you remember the name of that caller? Her name?
Jacqueline?
No. This one made some really good points.
What are you saying?
Jacqueline.
What are you saying?
She had a really good outlook on what she thought this year was going to go like, and you could tell she did her homework. 3 for sure. We're going to say that. And then I would say, depending on how the season goes, that La Tech game could be interesting because we go through the gauntlet before La Tech, and if you are coming into that game,
you're beaten up,
6 losses,
demoralized,
tough.
Yeah,
it is. So
I got him going 6-6 this year. I think Petrino will be worth 2 victories himself.
The biggest one being the second game of the year.
Oh, they need to win that one.
Yeah.
State, and as we said, Oklahoma State is a gettable game.
Especially early.
Especially early. That's it. So they can win that.
Yeah.
So
I would say that would be the tone-setting game
absolutely.
of the year.
And you get some confidence. And look, I hate to play, well, what if this? What if that? Well, what if my parents never had met? Here's the thing. They're going to beat A&M one of these years. They should have beaten A&M about 5 times. They've managed to lose. The law of averages eventually is going to kick in. We saw that with Michigan, with Ohio State. I'm like, we found every way under the sun to lose to these clowns. Sooner or later, things are going to balance out. Arkansas owes some beatings to A&M. What if they stole a game at Stillwater? What if they found a way to beat A&M? A&M's got a new coach. He's not an offensive guru at all. Nope. So, you never know. I don't think 6-6 is unrealistic.
I don't think it's completely unrealistic. I would just bet the under probably.
I think 11-1, like this station was predicting last year.
I'm interested in
was unrealistic. Acre gets mad when I bring that up. I'm like, well, you were there. Yeah. Why didn't somebody step up and say, guys, we're not going 11-1, okay?
I had like Western Carolina or something. So,
easy one, huh?
Yeah, I've been correcting all mine, but I've had easy games.
Yeah.
So. I've had like Kent State and
I will say, we talk about that second game against OSU. We still can learn something in that first game. All eyes are going to be on the offensive line. I mean, take skill out. Yeah, they're going to do what they can. That would be the biggest thing from game one is what we see in the offensive line. One, this will not be an option. I mean, this will not be the same as last year. They're going to know where to be and have correct assignments. Missed assignments just – they don't roll with Coach P, and if they are, they're going to be out of the game. Two is going to see that first game last year. You could see, even though they won handedly, the struggles of the offensive line,
Absolutely.
Just physically, of these much smaller guys just getting underneath their pads. And I think they even struggled rushing that first
they did.
game
We
of the year,
barely,
right?
we barely had any rushing yards.
Yeah, so that was a big tail sign of trouble. So that's something to at least watch for game one.
That's the key to the whole season. Yeah. If they improve that dramatically on the offensive line, they could win.
Then I could
6,
see your
7,
6.
8 games. They could.
I could see your 6 because they got talent everywhere else.
If they block like they did last year, they could go 3-9.
Yeah. Receiving core is amazing. I will say that. Armstrong, I really like him. You got experience in Tesla.
Satania's a game
Satania's
breaker.
a game changer.
Got a potential All-American at tight end.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you have all the weapons. You got them all. We got good running backs, and now the jury's still out, in my opinion, with our quarterback. We just got to wait and see how that unfolds. But the recipe is there to put up points if they have the personnel on the offensive line.
Texter from Texas says, I don't know why you guys are so surprised that players don't want to play for Pittman. It's like, I don't know if we're that surprised.
Well,
did we come off surprised?
No, he's a big player coach.
He's a good dude. His players have always liked him. Players want to play where they're going to have a chance to win and do something, and that's the biggest drawback right now.
I'll tell you, it was an encouraging sign, even though we got demolished that morning game down in Athens against Georgia. Georgia was on a different stratosphere that year. It was unreal.
What were we ranked going into that game?
Like 9th or something? Or
we were really high.
It was up there high.
Because we had a good year the year before. Was that Traylon Burks year or the year after Burks?
It was the year after.
Yeah,
because we had beat Texas that year.
I've never seen the atmosphere at an early game at Georgia that raucous. They were lying in wait, waiting for blood.
I think game day was there.
It was insane. It was.
After that game, I remember Jordan Davis and all these defensive linemen, offensive linemen sprinted across the field to give Pittman a hug. And they said, and it's stuff like that that people want to play for him.
That's right.
So I thought a little bit of that was going to come here. Now,
we ain't got
that
the
plus
NIL.
money, would be awesome. But he does have that lure of people want to play for them. They do like Coach Pittman. No doubt about it. Up against it, we have time to take a phone call. We'll
take LC's call.
LC, what's going on from Sherwood?
Hey, guys, I'm just afraid that it's playing out in front of us with these dudes that are not committing with us. And, there's the lame duck guy. And, is there a John White in football when he's gone that we could find somebody to come in here and turn this around? Because it's going to take that kind of, pull, I think. It's just unfortunate these dudes don't want to play. And how many wins will it take to get these guys to possibly flip back to us, if it's even possible? I just want to get y'all's feel on that.
I would say, yes, more wins, no doubt. But we talked about this too, Pigskin. If we win 4 or 5 games this year, and the games that we lose we're competitive in,
absolutely,
I see that as a bonus.
Absolutely,
no 7-3s, no 43-4, whatever that is. As long as it looks like you belong on the field, I think that would be a positive for next season. Because there was about 4 or 5 games we didn't even belong to be on the same field as those teams.
When Missouri's coming in and beating you by 7 touchdowns, that's just too demoralizing.
So I can see why recruits wouldn't want to be a part of that. Yep. So we don't have to win a lot, but we definitely have to improve. We'll be right back. See you on the other side.
With Oaklawn Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklawn Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Guys, it's summer and time to get outdoors, man. But do you feel out of energy? Do you lack motivation and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men, and it happens naturally. It's not if, it's when, y'all. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test, and the results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health today. And now at Low T Center, they're offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer stands till July the 31st. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, Buzz listeners. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. Trade and save days are back at Fletcher Dodge. We've got 2024 model Rams with 0.9% financing. 0.9, that's almost 0%, and you also get 90 days to your first payment. On the all-new 2025 Rams, we have 2.9 and also 90 days to first payment. But that's not all. We got discounts on all new Grand Cherokees up to $8,000 off, 2-row and 3-row models, plus discounts on the all-new Jeep Compass up to $5,000. Folks, you can drive home a brand new Jeep Compass for only $399 a month. We'll do whatever it takes to earn your business, so come and discover the Fletcher difference. Big discounts, low finance rates, and more for your trade. And also, don't worry about your credit. If other dealers have told you no, come see us and let us help you get into a brand new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we pride ourselves on beautifying and protecting the homes in our community. For some, though, the dream of owning a home is simply a dream. Our friends at Habitat for Humanity are looking to make that dream a reality for 2 deserving families. Having reached their goal of 10 homes this year, they've set out to remodel 2 more homes, but they need our help. $60,000 in 60 days is what it will take to change the lives of 2 families. And you can donate at habitatcentralar.org/give or call CertaPro at 501-223-8988.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. I hope you have a great 4th of July and 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th of July. Out of Bounds will be back on Monday the 9th. We're going to take a little 4-day weekend with the family to enjoy also. Coming up Monday, it'll be a big recap Monday thanks to Fleet Management Services. We'll take a look back at everything that happened. Plus, Joe Klein will join us in the studio. All that and a whole lot more coming up Monday on Out of Bounds.
Justin Acre here to talk about my friends at Oaklawn, the premier resort in all of the state of Arkansas. And if you need a good time, you need to get down to Oaklawn. There's a lot of ways to have fun there. Even if you just want to go down, rent a room, hang out at the pool, and blow off a little bit of steam, Oaklawn's the spot. Oaklawn.com to book your room. And in the event center, they've got a lot going on. Big schedule on the calendar already. Gabby Barrett's coming in August 30th. November 3rd, just announced Nikki Glazer is coming in. Aaron Lewis, John Michael Montgomery, and the Gin Blossoms all here during the fall, and you can get all your tickets at oaklawn.com or book your room and get down and have some fun. Great dining options as well. The Bugler, the Oak Room, there's casual dining, and Pop's Lounge is fun all the time and all year round, certainly during the racing season, but even outside of it. So get down there and have some fun. And if you want to wager on some of the fun things going on around the world, Olympics, you've got PGA Tour events going on, Major League Baseball, and it won't be long before we start talking about football season. They've got futures wagers on the board now, in the book, on the app at Oaklawn Sports, or you can go to the website oaklawnsports.com. It's the place. It's Oaklawn.
Can't get enough of us on the radio? Follow us on Twitter at Justin Acre 7, at DJ45 Williams, and at CWeaver1037.
Medicine is drowning your perspective out, so I ain't taking any fault.
All right, welcome back in. Go ahead and look at some live fan feedback. Thanks to True Service Community Federal Credit Union. Feral Hog. I get going to Oklahoma. They have a better program in football than Arkansas since that kid has been alive. But I don't understand the other kid going to Kansas State. What am I missing here? That's a great question. I wonder if we can get him. What's his Instagram? I'll send him a message. Who is that? Coach Bolden over there?
Arkansas even beat Kansas State the last time they played, didn't
We beat
they?
them the last 2 times, right?
Yeah, and then they beat Kansas the last time.
Yeah, we beat them in the Cotton Bowl and
all
the Liberty
you
Bowl.
kids listening, don't any of you go to Kansas to play football when you can stay in Arkansas.
What's the kid's name again?
Monterio Elston.
Did he take a visit? I need to know
I
this
believe he
because
did, yeah.
Manhattan's awful.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's terrible.
It has to be NIL,
It's
right?
a wheat
Do
deal.
they have it?
Yeah,
They got money.
they got
over there?
wheat, they got wheat farmers giving them money.
Is that what it is?
That's it.
Dang. That being said, what else? You got some live fan feedback? Not live fan. You got text line D3 Auto.
Yeah, somebody says in the 501, it's all about money, clicks, and likes now. These kids have no loyalty or state pride anymore. All about me. Well, I mean, to be fair, would you take less money if somebody offered you more?
Yeah. If we put ourselves in this situation,
It's like-
it is what it is. Not Carius Curran. Carius Curran said he's a hog till the day he die. But now he's at LSU, so
He got that bag dropped. It was a little different.
We'll work on it. I don't know.
You get that bag drop, it's different.
Listen, if it helps, the best player in high school in the state of Michigan last year is now on the LSU roster.
Really?
Bryce Underwood, quarterback. They're saying
You talked about this
there's
kid.
no telling how much money they gave him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kelly's like, he's going to be our next quarterback. He's going to follow in Daniel's footsteps. I've heard anything from $3 to $9 million.
What?
Yeah.
If that's
true, rumor. So I mean, I don't have substantiation, but I mean, you're going to tell me somebody down there, LSU wants to win that badly. I could see
Yeah.
that happening. So,
I know we talk about this all the time, but how nice would it be? All right, pay these guys. It is what it is, and all these ridiculous amounts of money. But would it not be nice? At what point do you think that the salary cap for college sports is going to be introduced per team? Is it here already, or
within 3 years?
Yeah, that would change things. That
And
would,
then
that
someone
would
will
level
go
it
to the
out.
Supreme Court and they'll say it's unconstitutional.
Is that what it
So-
is?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It's rough. Don't forget, we still got 2 more hours here to go. Justin is gone until Wednesday. Zack Gillham will be on talking all things going on at Oaklawn. We still have another hour of sports, and we're going to wrap it up with the last hour of your entertainment birthdays. Our question of the day. Revisit that real quick, Christian.
Our question of the day is, will Sam Pittman be the head coach of Arkansas next year? 71% of people are saying no so far.
It's pretty almost spot on to your 75. Does a bowl? Some people say it doesn't matter what he does, right? I mean, that guy did have a good point. If he does have a winning season, gets to a bowl game, I know that's a lot. Does he ride off into the sunset and say, okay?
He could. Listen, he wants to go to that lake house in Hot Springs
Yeah.
and drink beer and eat chicken. He's already said that. So maybe he does that a couple years earlier. Who
Yeah.
knows?
It's a nice one. Nice lake house, too.
I've heard it
We
is.
drove by it the other day. Got little 2 hog statues outside.
You know, the other thing is he's made a bunch of money since he's been at Arkansas. So how much money do you really need to live on?
Some people just love the game, and I think he's one of them. And he
Yeah.
has a great support system with his family who gets it and understands. And I guess as long as you love it, and that being said, I think since the game has changed so much, I could see him stepping away.
He could, but if he goes 6-6 or 7-5, that might buy him another year. And
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think if he has a winning record, they're not going to fire him. I don't think they would at 6-6. Now, if he goes 4-8 again, I think he's done. But
message coming in from our live fan feedback. Not sure why we're worried about high school recruits. 1, Arkansas high schools don't produce impact players. False. He says Traylon Burks was the last one. The last 5-star from the state was mid at best. The best athletes in the state are playing basketball with the portal. Why do we want them to sit on the bench as freshmen at Arkansas, then transfer the next year? Let's wait to pick them up and then get disgruntled at the first school that gets them out of the portal. Bill, you're all.
Our football isn't as good as other
no,
states, but still, I mean, you should probably land the top guys.
Yeah.
the framework of a great football team is still going to be high school recruits.
100%.
You fill in with the portal,
Transfer,
but you don't
yeah.
build with the portal.
Yeah. Who was the coach that said they want to get away from Dion? He said he don't want high school recruits at all, at least on the offense and defensive line. He said he wants guys that are already built up. That being said, he did snag the number one offensive line in the country. Wonder how much he paid him. Got to have them, and they got to start them young and build them. See how long you can keep them before they transfer. Y'all stay with us. Taking our first hour break. See you here in a little bit.
I'm Josephine of the Arkansas State basketball team. Summertime is here. Whether you're going to the lake or to the beach, you need to go to Bell & Sword in Conway. Great menswear. New shipment of Peter Millar polos and short sleeve shirts. The performance shirts from Johnny O, sports coats and slacks, Genteel long sleeve shirts and polos, Maui Jim sunglasses. Remember, for a wedding or any formal affair, Bell & Sword has the finest formal wear in Central Arkansas. Bell & Sword is the only men's store in Central Arkansas with Taylor on staff. 1011 Oak Street, Facebook and Instagram.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
The Rock City Margarita Festival and the Great Arkansas Beer Festival returns to the State House Convention Center on Saturday, July 20th. Tickets are $40, and you can find out more at 1037thebuzz.com.
Razorback football, basketball, and baseball right here on your home of the Hogs. 1037 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A 17-year-old is recovering this morning after a family was caught in the crossfire of a shooting over the weekend. Little Rock police say 17-year-old Amaya Phillips was shot around 2 a.m. Sunday at the corner of East Markham and South Scott Street. Little Rock police have not released any information about possible suspects. Drivers will face closures in Pulaski and Saline counties this week. Starting today, eastbound inside and middle lanes on Interstate 440 in Little Rock will be closed through Thursday, July 11th for bridge deck repairs. The I-530 ramp to I-440 will also be closed. On I-30, there will be single and double lane closures in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Heading south, the ongoing I-30 widening project in Saline County will cause closures of 2 ramps for 8 days. The eastbound I-30 off-ramp and on-ramp at Highway 70 will be closed until Tuesday, July 16th. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's a 60% chance of rain today, a high of 88 in Little Rock and a cloudy sky. Tonight, it becomes windy, a 100% chance of rainfall. Some heavy rain will be possible. A flood watch will be in effect tonight and through the day on Tuesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Riverfront Steakhouse Special, dinner for 2 for $60. 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, 2 sides, and our famous salad bar, only $60. Good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Get ready for the ultimate musical experience at Southland Casino Hotel's R&B Festival on Saturday, July 20th. Enjoy a free concert like no other with gates opening at noon. The lineup features the sensational PC Band and electrifying openers Jerry Rogers, Kia B, and DJ Big Rock. Indulge in delicious food trucks and beat the heat in our air-conditioned tent. 1 stage, 4 performers, 1 unforgettable night of music and fun. It's all happening at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. ESPN actually ran a graphic that read, "The Nuggets are 15-0 when Jokic has a triple-double." No kidding. In other words, the Dallas Cowboys are 112-3 when Tony Dorsett rushes for 100 yards. The New York Yankees are 51-0 when Babe Ruth hits 3 home runs. The Edmonton Oilers are 71-2 when Wayne Gretzky scores 5 goals. And Roger Federer was 93-1 when he served 30 aces. Tell us something we don't know, boss. By the way, the Nuggets ended up watching the NBA Finals from home, too. Doublebees is here to speed you on your way. You can pay at the pump and take advantage of all kinds of time-saving tricks so you can be on your way and keep living life. Doublebees. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebees.
Pay attention. This happens fast. You need money. You get a job. Turns out that job doesn't pay near enough for the nonsense it puts you through every day. You want to move fast, but the clock moves slow. You're smart, though. You know machines. You want to work at a place as fast as you. You call Medley Equipment Company. They need a technician, and they'll teach you everything you need to know to be the best, with pay raises all along. Because Medley keeps you moving.
I'm branch manager Jeff Tefts. Visit medleycompany.com or come see us at 121 House Court, North Little Rock, Arkansas.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
Summer's greatest hits are going on now, and Macy's one-day sale has summer's greatest savings. Shop limited-time specials like 40 to 60% off everything for this weekend's Backyard Bash. From the Cellar Barbecue, Henkel's, and Tupperware. 40 to 70% off fine jewelry from Effie, Levion, and more. And 30 to 55% off bras, pajamas, and more basics. Hurry in. Our one-day sale starts Tuesday at Macy's. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
With Progressive Snapshot, you could save on auto insurance rates by driving safely, which is great because you're rarely rewarded for just being you. Ever get rewarded for being left-handed? No. You get to use weird scissors. Your reward for being a Capricorn? Cold birthdays that conflict with the holidays. And your reward for quickly responding to every work email? More emails. But with Snapshot, even left-handed Capricorns with proper email etiquette could get rewarded for good driving. So download the Progressive app today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in all states or from all agents.
Arkansas is known for its beauty. Rolling hills, scenic fields and valleys, and beautiful rivers run through our state. We want to keep Arkansas beautiful, but we need your help. Do your part by not littering and by keeping your community clean. Register for a local cleanup or become a litter grabber to fight litter at your own pace. Your community needs you. Join us in keeping Arkansas beautiful. Visit keeparkansasbeautiful.com to learn more. This message brought to you by this station, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and the Keep Arkansas Beautiful Commission.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. Southern Bank is a 137-year-old community bank with branches across Arkansas founded on strength and stability. Real community-style banking, local decisions, and friendly staff you know by name, all coupled with competitive deposit and loan rates. From small to large projects, we can handle it all. So what's holding you back? Give us a call at 501-424-0900 or check out our website at bankwithsouthern.com. Learn how you can experience the Southern Bank difference today. Member FDIC.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down.
The Red White Report is brought to you by Southern Structural Solutions. If you need foundation repair or crawl space services, call Southern Structural Solutions at 501-581-9648 for a free quote.
All right, welcome back in. It's time for your Red White Report, talking all things up on the hill. Maybe some Olympics. Who knows? What do we got, Christian?
There's not much, and we talked about Arkansas losing the recruits in the first hour. But in good news, Arkansas baseball received a commitment from Elliot Peterson, Southeast Community College catcher. He led junior colleges in batting average this year. He batted .517.
.517?
Yes.
Good night.
.517, .585 on base. He racked up 85 runs, 107 hits, 21 doubles, 6 triples, 15 home runs, 91 RBIs.
It's hard to bat .517 in softball.
Yeah.
Where they're pitching it underhanded and slow. That's pretty great.
And he also stole 25 bases, and he had a 35 to 35 walk to strikeout ratio.
I think Dave wants to get some speed there so they can manufacture some runs.
Where's he coming from again?
Southeast Community College, JUCO. I don't know exactly where that is, but
okay, nice.
The JUCO ranks, and that's pretty much it.
Hey, good news here. Loyal commitment. He's coming out saying that he is staying with Arkansas, turning down visits to other school. Evan Noel, hopefully I'm saying that right. He's a kicker. He says he's staying. He says he's staying. Hey, who knows? Could be the next Little.
It's got to be pretty bad.
Hawker, you know?
It's got to be pretty bad if your kickers are jumping ship, right?
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. All right, I think that's it for your red-white report. Talking things sports, I've been watching a lot of things online, and Team USA's basketball team looks like they're geared up, already starting practice. It's an all-star lineup.
Yeah, I think they convened in Las Vegas on Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
They've done practices the last few days. I actually have... No, I didn't grab that. Anthony Edwards said he was going to be the go-to option.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think that's the case.
No.
I think Kevin Durant's probably the go-to option.
Yeah.
Scoring-wise. But
isn't he like 50?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of old.
Still pretty good.
Okay.
But this Team USA roster, for those not aware, Stephen Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Edwards, Drew Holiday, Tyrese Halliburton, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo. So
this just
pretty loaded.
This just in for Steve Kerr. He better not come home without the gold medal.
Yeah.
You better win with that
average
roster,
of 30.
son.
Does he even coach much, or he just lets them play?
They rolled. It's like Steve Fisher when the Fab Five was there. Just roll the balls out and let them have at it.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Who is missing? Who would you expect to be on that team?
I don't. I mean,
no.
I don't really think there's many.
What's my guard's name from New York?
Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
I would have Brunson on
Brunson
that team.
could be on there instead of Halliburton, probably.
You know, I think that kid at Alabama is going to be the next Jalen Brunson.
Mark Sears?
Yeah, that decided to come back for one more year,
Ooh.
NIL,
Okay.
because he's ready for the NBA right
Said
now.
that right.
But he'd have to take a pay cut leaving Alabama
Probably.
to go to the
Yeah, because
NBA.
he would be a second-round pick, probably.
Yeah, he's going to be a player, though. He reminds me of Brunson. He's just like a
Stocky,
really
small guard.
stocky, physical dude that bulls his way to the basket.
Yeah.
So who we're going to play has actually been set. Puerto Rico qualifying on Sunday. Jose Alvarado plays for them. But United States will open up against Serbia on July 28th at 11:15 a.m. Eastern Time, so 10:15 here.
Serbia's pretty good.
Yeah, Serbia will have Nikola Jokic, of course. They got Nikola Jovic, and they also have Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Wow.
So 3 NBA players on their team.
Got some shooters. What about France? Who's playing for France this year?
France is loaded. I'll have to pull up the roster in a minute. But
Could France meet us in the gold medal game, possibly?
Probably. Yeah, they're probably the second favorites.
That'd be cool.
We'll have South Sudan in our group as well. Bo will be on that team. JT Thor and former NBA center Thon Maker will also be on that team. And then Puerto Rico, which has Jose Alvarado. Which
what
I
about
mentioned.
the Canadians? Do they have a decent team?
Canada's got a really good team. I actually pulled up their roster. So Canada, we will face them on Wednesday in an exhibition. Tip-off is at 9:30 at night. I guess because they're playing in Las Vegas, and it's going to be 7:30.
Are they showing it on TV?
It'll be on FS1.
That might be worth watching.
So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray, Dylan Brooks, Andrew Nembhard, Dwight Powell, R.J. Barrett, Lou Dort, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Kim Birch, Kelly Olynyk, Trey Wiles, Mafando Kabengele.
That's a pretty good team. Half
NBA
of them are from
former
Gonzaga, but they can all play. That's impressive.
Yeah, so we will play them on Wednesday in an exhibition. That's the first of 5 exhibition matches. That game will be on
I
FS1.
would like to see some competitive games. I don't want to win every game by 50 points. I mean, that's not any fun.
Let me pull up the France national team real quick.
I know Rudy and Victor are both on
Rudy and Wemby are on there.
Right.
Evan Fournier, I believe, is also on there.
What about these kids that they just drafted? You got to put them on.
I think Rissa Shea is on the team.
Huh.
I don't think the other one is.
Well, that means these guys are going to be long and athletic. And if they have a really good shooting night, they could be a problem. And they're a lot younger than us. We got a lot of old guys.
Yeah.
Sports are tricky. You know, experience is good until you cross that line from experience to senility.
Yeah.
Which and in sports it happens like that. I remember the Lions had a receiver named Herman Moore, real big tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was great. And then the next year that he comes back, 8-9 years into the league, he can't get open at all. He can't get off the line. I'm like, Hank Aaron went from hitting 40 home runs to hitting 10. And when you lose it, you lose it all at once, man.
Yeah.
That's it.
It really does.
France's team, Bilal Koulibaly, who plays for the Wizards, Nando De Colo, who once played for the Spurs and Raptors, Evan Fournier, who's still in the league, Rudy Gobert, Frank Ntilikina, who used to be in the league, Victor Wembanyama and Gershon Yabusele, who also used to be in the league.
That's a big front line.
Oh, Nicholas Batum as well, who's still in the league.
Gobert can crutch some bodies, and then
Wemby can do everything.
Wemby just goes over the bodies, and this could be good. I'll be watching some of that.
Who's starting for USA?
The starters?
Curry.
I think
they'll start LeBron.
That's a good question. Yeah, it'll be
Bronny. His kid's going to start.
I would assume.
See you imagine? God.
It's probably Curry, Booker, LeBron, KD, Joel.
Wow.
That's pretty solid.
And then Coach Cal's going to say, I can't believe only one of my former players is starting.
Yeah.
3 of them should be starting. And he'd probably be right.
Speaking of Bronny, did you watch his, what is that, the Development League? What
It's
summer?
It's the Summer League.
Yeah.
It's just rookies and, players that are on the fringes of the NBA.
Did you keep up with that?
Yeah.
Did you watch what'd you think about his performance?
It was fine. I mean, he got some open looks. He missed some open looks as well.
There are some dudes playing pickup games tonight at Philander Smith that, are better than Bronny James.
Get them.
You know that.
Christian, where you at? Yeah?
You know it.
I disagree.
Yeah?
No, it's the truth, Christian.
ISO Joe, for people who like to keep up with former Hogs, is Joe Johnson, that is. He's in his Big 3 stint again.
He's rough in that 3-on-3 league,
he balls
man.
out
You don't want to fool with him, man.
He's balling out in it, as always.
He got that old man game now that you can't get under him.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's strong,
smooth
got
as
old man
silk.
strength,
Yeah.
and he's good.
So for the Summer League stuff, several former Arkansas players will be participating. Nick Smith Jr., who has already played a few games.
Where at the Dunbar?
In the California Classic.
Oh, California Classic.
Summer League portion. Las Vegas Classic doesn't start until this Friday. And then Utah, this Salt Lake City Summer League starts today. But Nick Smith Jr. has played a few for the Hornets. I'll get his stats in just a minute. I have it on another page. Jimmy Wett Jr. will play for the Golden State Warriors at the Las Vegas Summer League. Ricky Council IV will play for the Philadelphia 76ers. They actually start tonight. Tonight at 6 p.m. they will play, I believe, against the Thunder, actually. So that's interesting. Mason Jones is playing for the Sacramento Kings in the opening game for the Sacramento Kings. He had 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists.
Nice.
Anthony Black will play for the Magic. Their first game is Friday against the Cavs. Jordan Walsh will be playing for the Celtics. Their first game is Saturday against the Heat. And then have some stats here. The Kings actually have 2 teams in the California Classic. I don't know why, but they do. The Kings' first team beat the Spurs yesterday, 85-59. Mason Jones had 11, 6, and 5 in that. Hornets beat China. The China national team is playing in the California Classic.
Of course they are.
Nick Smith Jr. had 8, 4, and 3 in that game. He was 3 for 10 from the field and 1 for 6 from 3 in the first game. He was 4 for 17 in the other game.
So I have an NBA question for you. Do you think the Sixers signing Paul George gives them a shot to beat the Celtics? Because they got a great big man, now they got a great wing, and they got Maxey at guard.
Well, it's all about availability.
But if he's healthy and they surround these guys with some shooters and some role players, do you think they got a shot?
Maybe. I mean, I would say the Knicks are probably the second favorite in the East right now. They got a pretty good squad.
Okay.
In the West, the Thunder are the favorite, I would assume.
Listen, the Thunder, I asked him, last winter, and they were kind of at a low ebb.
Yeah.
You guys got a chance? No. I'm like, no, I don't know. They're pretty
They're good,
and they look pretty good coming down the stretch in the playoffs.
Is that just a homer thing? You're not trying to be biased or get your expectations up?
It was reverse psychology, DJ. He was trying to psych himself into
what it was?
win.
It was too early for us to win.
Yeah.
They're young and they're good, and they could be a problem next year.
We're going to be really good this year. Arkansas tie here, not an Arkansas player, but Kel'el Ware yesterday, he played, and the Heat beat the Kings' second team 102-86, and he had 26 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. So good for him.
At what point do they stop playing in that league?
If you're really good, you stop after 1 year.
Okay.
Now,
like all rookie, like LeBron played in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Wemby played in it for a few games last year, and they're like, okay, that's all we
enough.
need to see.
Okay.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
Like LeBron probably didn't. It's only been around. I think this is actually his 20th year, so LeBron may have preceded it, or
Yeah.
maybe it was he played in the first one. But yeah, usually if you're like touted like that, I think Ben Simmons only played a few games. I don't think Zion played at all. I think he was injured.
I just watched a bunch of Thunder games last winter. Usually, my wife is a Thunder fan, being from Oklahoma, and for Christian, obviously. But I'm like, all of that blather that Christian's been laying on me about these guys, he might have actually been accurate on this.
They're good.
Holmgren has got skills, and SGA, there aren't 5 dudes in the league better than SGA. And if they can just put the pieces in place around there, and they got a great fan base. The whole state is just insane, over the moon about these guys. I'd kind of like to see the Thunder win it. I certainly don't want to see Boston win. Who wants to see Boston win?
Yeah, no one wants to see Boston.
Boston's like the New
Our
York
interns of
Yankees.
Boston.
Who roots for the Yankees?
Exactly.
Nobody roots for the Yankees.
Yeah, the Thunder are really good, and of course, for Arkansas fans, you have Isaiah Joe and Jalen Williams to root for, although the Jalen Williams from Arkansas will probably not play a lot this year. And another NBA note, the Mavericks acquired Klay Thompson in a sign and trade. It was the first 6-team deal in NBA history. Okay. 6 teams were part of this trade. So the Mavericks got Thompson and a 2025 second-round pick. The Warriors got Kyle Anderson and Buddy Hield. The Hornets acquired Josh Green and Reggie Jackson from the Nuggets. The Timberwolves acquired a 2025 second-round pick and another second-round pick. Sixers got a second-round pick, and Nuggets got cash. So
why are the Nuggets involved in this?
They offloaded Reggie Jackson's contract.
Okay,
pretty much.
So basically, the Warriors are bringing in Buddy Hield and getting rid of Klay Thompson. You think that's a net gain?
I do not.
I don't either.
Yeah, I think Buddy Hield is just a shooter.
Yeah, he didn't
That's
do
all
anything
he does.
else. Thompson will actually guard people.
Yeah, he's not as good as he once was, but
WNBA news, if you were curious, Caitlin Clark making headlines again. Just set some history. First rookie in league history to record a triple-double, 19 points, 13 assists, 12 rebounds against the New York Liberty. You got to, think the past 4 years it's been Liberty or the Aces in the championship. They ended up beating the Liberty 83-78. And Angel Reese, she broke Candace Parker's record of the most games in a row with a double-double. She now has 13 games in a row with a double-double. Now, I don't want to knock on Reese, but I guess this is a little bit. She does rebound a lot of her own missed shots.
yes, she does. She does.
Now, Pigskin, when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Like
she's throwing that thing up there.
She'll get 3 offensive rebounds back to back.
6 rebounds on that trip.
Yes, she gets a lot of them. I'm just saying. She gets up and down that off the court quick, but she does it. So, but that being said, records are records. So stuff there. Also got another ignorant question. We were looking up rosters for the Olympics team. What goes into being able to play for a country? Like you have to be
a citizen.
You have to be a citizen.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're born there or not.
Right.
No.
Okay.
No.
I've never seen a black Japanese guy. Never seen it before. He's on the team.
Oh, you talking about Rui Hachimura?
Is that who that is?
No, he's from Japan.
Born and raised.
Yeah, he's born and raised in Japan.
Well, you got Naomi Osaka, the tennis player.
Yeah.
She played for Japan in the Olympics.
Well,
so
for USA, Joel Embiid was born in Cameroon.
Okay.
He didn't start playing basketball till he was 15. He moved to America when he was 16. So he's been here since he was 16, and so he's playing for America.
I got an idea via.
I get the Cameroon
via marketing. Do you guys? It was before your time, but did you ever see the commercial, the Magic Bird commercial for Converse?
The weapons, yeah.
Yeah, where they had the weapons, those shoes that weighed 20 pounds, those high-top Converse, and a limousine pulls up to a court in French Lick, Indiana, and Magic and Bird get out, and they start playing one-on-one.
I remember that.
Nike needs to reprise that idea with Caitlin
I can see that.
and Angel going at each other. What do you got? Let's see what you got.
It is the new Bird Magic.
That would be an awesome commercial.
Yeah. I mean, essentially the same thing. Met in national champ. Did they meet in the national championship?
Yes.
Bird and Magic. Yeah, it's a
Magic
very
got the
reminiscent.
better of him.
Yeah.
Yes, Bird was playing with basically 4 of the worst dudes you've ever seen in your life, and Magic had a couple of NBA dudes on his
Very
team.
reminiscent of Iowa
Kind of similar.
and LSU.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, outside of Cape Martin,
Yes,
obviously.
it was.
But,
you're right.
Okay,
that would be a
We'll pitch
commercial.
it. It would be a great commercial.
Talk to your people. You're in TV. Maybe
okay,
we can get this done.
see if they can come down here and shoot it here in Little Rock. We'll run it during our commercials.
Yeah, I like that.
I was interested since the WNBA double-double streak is only 13 games, which seemed kind of small to me. I was interested what the NBA one was.
Wilt Chamberlain?
Yeah. Before merger, it's Wilt Chamberlain at 81 games.
Oh, my gosh.
Post-merger, Domantas Sabonis holds it. It's like 54 games.
One season, Wilt averaged 50 and 30.
Yeah.
He averaged
Are you
it.
50 and 30?
Yeah.
He shot it 44 times a game, but yeah.
You heard what Schwarzenegger said when they did Conan the Barbarian. He said he might be... Schwarzenegger said this. He said, Wilt Chamberlain might be the strongest person I've ever seen.
That's a lot coming from that dude.
He was old by that point. He was a freak.
Yeah.
Once he retired from the NBA, he became like a Hall of Fame volleyball player.
Mm-hmm. Can you imagine lining up across the net from that dude?
It wouldn't be fair.
I would have nightmares.
Looking at you, looking down at the net.
He said, boy, you're going to eat this ball.
What is a volleyball net? You know the height on that? Is it 7 foot?
I think
it might be 7 foot. Anyway. Y'all keep on sounding off. Don't forget, we still got our question of the day that's up on our social media pages. You can give your 2 cents at the live fan feedback, thanks to our friends at True Service Community Federal Credit Union. And Christian's hometown in Desart, the D3 Auto Sales text line. Always leave some information there. And you can always call. Be a part of the show, 501-661-1037. Well, let's have a big day coming up here as we do our countdown to kickoff. Details on that, Christian. What day is that again? I feel like I should know that. Is it up there?
It's in
July. It's not on our board. It's July 26th.
Oh, somebody erased it off of our board.
Is it on a Tuesday night?
No, it's on a Friday
night.
Friday night.
It's usually on Thursday.
Oh, that's
it's going to be at the Hall Friday night. Get your tickets. You're going to see some big-time players. Luke Haas, Isaiah Satania, and Landon Jackson are going to be the 3 current Razorbacks. Former Razorbacks is going to be a walk down memory lane. Houston Dale Nutt is going to come back to his hometown. That's right. He's going to be on stage with Sterner, the guy who can spin it, and Anthony Lucas, head coach now at Pulaski Academy, state championship head coach. That is. Is he back-to-back?
No, he lost last year.
Oh, come on, Luke.
Yeah, he won first year.
Yeah, he did.
And former Mackey Award winner DJ Williams will be there too.
Well, here's what needs to happen.
But I'm going to be on the other side this year.
I want a picture with DJ and the guy that's in there right now, Luke Haas.
Luke Haas.
Yeah. Because these are 2 All-American legendary tight ends.
You know what I think I may do for him since I don't care about or I don't keep up with it? I'm going to bring my Mackey trophy and give it to him and let him take it to Fayetteville and say, get one of these.
Manifest.
Yeah,
I
manifest
love that.
this
He
thing.
can like pet it and rub it. And,
rub it before the game.
And it would like give him good vibes.
Yeah. Now if he like opens up week 1 with like 3 drops, I'm going to drive
Take
up
it back.
there. Yeah, get it back real quick. What are we doing? So
I'm telling you, fellas, I watched John Mackey when I was a little kid. He was
Real deal.
Fierce.
Yeah.
Fierce.
War number 88 for the Colts.
Oh, man, he was so good.
All right, about to go to break. Come back. Much more here on The Zone.
The Women's All-Pro Golf Tour is coming to Centennial Valley Country Club for the genesis of Conway Central Arkansas Open, and 103.7 The Buzz will be there. Join Out of Bounds and Drive Time Sports Thursday, then Morning Mayhem at The Zone this Friday.
This is Sports Center.
The Grant Park 165 in Chicago is becoming an annual event for NASCAR, and rain is becoming an annual event for the race. For back-to-back years now, the race has been delayed by rain, but Alex Bowman found his way to Victory Lane this weekend. He is the 12th driver this season to find Victory Lane. Just 4 more playoff spots remain, with 6 regular season races left to go. Bowman snapped an 80-race streak without a victory with this one on Sunday. And in golf, it was David Thompson who found himself in the winner's circle. He carded the 63, 67, 62, and 64 at the John Deere Classic for a winning score of 28 under par. I'm Josh Neighbors for the Buzz Radio Network.
First Security Bank presents coverage of the 2024 SEC Media Days on 103.7 The Buzz, live from Dallas with David Basil and Randy Rainwater.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis, and we're excited to announce our brand new lunch promotion. Great meals for just about $10, ready in about 10 minutes. It's the brand new 10 and 10 lunch menu at both locations, downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock. Served from Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'm talking smash burger, fresh chicken, Caesar salad, and classic BLT with plenty of options to grab a great lunch in about 10 minutes for about $10. Dine-in only, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at both locations, downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock.
It's Justin Anker reminding you that CertaPro Painters is here to make your life a lot easier, especially when it comes to exterior painting. You may be noticing faded colors on your walls or on the exterior of your home, so let CertaPro Painters give you a freshen up for spring. Schedule your free estimate today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated right here in your community. It's simple to book, and it's even easier to get a great paint job done to your home. All you got to do is get CertaPro on the case. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
It's not hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a good mom. It's easy to be a bad mom. That's so easy. But to be a good mom is hard. To be a bad mom, that's as easy as being a great dad. That's...
Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. November 3rd at Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Don't miss Nikki Glazer. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Awesome Monday edition of Morning Mayhem is in the books. I'm glad to be back. And speaking of back, Justin Moore tomorrow on Tuesday's edition. Also Rick Schaefer, John Daly, Chuck Gatlin, some Family Feud. It's all coming up on Tuesday's edition of Morning Mayhem right here, 6 to 10 a.m. on 103.7 The Buzz.
Justin Anker for my friends at Cash in downtown Little Rock. Lunch, dinner, special events, they've got you covered across the board. And not a lot of places can say that, but Cash can. And if you are planning a special event for the summer or the fall, now's the time to get on it. And certainly if you've got a holiday party that you want to get on the books, absolutely need to get that done today. 501-850-0265. You're not going to find a better spot for a special event. Upstairs, up to 150 people in that beautiful space, indoor and outdoor, overlooking the river market. And it comes with free valet parking. Whether you're there for a special event or for dinner or for lunch, Cash is here to help. Online at CashLittleRock.com, C-A-C-H-E, LittleRock.com. And I love the fact that they've got lots of different offerings when it comes to lunch. You can get some lighter offerings, salads, wraps, pizzas, and sandwiches. And then at dinner, if you want fine dining, a special place to take your special someone, Cash is the spot. But again, for special events, they've got the smaller room downstairs that holds about 30, up to 150 upstairs. It's a wonderful dining experience waiting for you at Cash in downtown Little Rock.
If you're loving what you hear on The Zone, you should try our video stream on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, or X if you're a nerd. Now, let's get back into The Zone.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Ayo, Bo knows this, what? And Bo knows that. What? But Bo don't know jack, cause Bo can't rap. Well, what do you know? The D-Dog is first up to bat. No batteries included and no strings attached. No holds barred. No time for move faking. Got to get.
All right, welcome back in. Time now. I feel like I'm on the news. Always address the time. It's 11:31, just in case you were wondering. Before we bring Zach in, let's do a little updates with these sports. Pigskin, Christian, y'all keeping up with this tennis match going on behind me? What's going on there?
I can tell you.
Yeah.
Zverev won the first two sets, but the American Taylor Fritz stole the third set. So they're 1-1 in the fourth set right now. But I think Zverev probably goes through. He could actually win this tournament. He's got a lot of weapons.
He's been on the cusp since like 2017 when he took Nadal to that 5-hour match.
He has been consistently good for several years.
Yeah, we were talking about tennis beforehand, and how you say it?
Djokovic.
Yeah, he was. He had a comment. He had an interview, and he says how club tennis is. They are facing death, or I can't exactly sure how he said it, but he talked about all these places that are renowned that have tennis court, are now being winded down to pickleball courts and maybe just leaving one tennis court. And he says it's just ruining the sport. And he said eventually it's going to get to a point where you're not going to see as many new people come up in the sport because it's just pickleball everywhere.
Let me give you a historical connection to this. When I was a kid growing up, the biggest sport was baseball.
Right.
60s and 70s, everybody played baseball. And Flint Everybody, black, white, rich, poor, didn't matter. You played baseball. That started to change, and everybody started to play basketball. And in the city of Flint, you didn't see any of the centers that had all the Little League teams. They started closing down one by one because the black kids stopped playing baseball. They quit. Now, when they played, they were great. I mean, but they quit playing. Well, what's going on now in the major leagues? There is an all-time low since Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in the modern game of number of black major league players. And if you got any black major league players, they're almost all from the Dominican. They're not from the United States because, for the most part, black kids in America don't play baseball. That's going to happen to tennis, and you can see it coming.
They're playing, they're hooping, and now that's just dwindling down.
America tennis has been on the woes for like 20 years now, since post-Andy Roddick, pretty much. But we're like facing a crisis where we just don't even have great tennis players.
You're right.
In the near future.
Not many.
Great pickleball players, though.
We're going to win pickleball at the Olympics. There you go.
That being said, let's bring in Zack Gillham. Zach in from Oakland. We have open for him?
Oh. Now, it's time to learn the biggest lines of the weekend. It's Better Bets with Oakland's Director of Sports Wagering, Zack Gillham. Oakland Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
All right, here he is, Zach. I'm sorry, I forgot you got the official open now to the zone. Yeah, I like that.
Great song too.
Great song. Was that your song choice? Did you pick that?
I did not pick that. I think that was Christian, or maybe Justin.
Justin suggested it.
Justin did. Yeah, he's the real deal. Can you bet on professional pickleball?
Not at this time. That is something that it's not really offered a lot right now in the wagering market, but as I just heard you guys talking about, it is growing drastically. In fact, one of my coworkers is big into pickleball, and he's someone that has asked me the same question. So look for it in the future, but Wimbledon, as y'all mentioned, going on Fritz, that match right now, Fritz is plus 220 to win it on the live wagering for Wimbledon.
Obviously, what's coming up, a lot of sports. People who love sports and people who love to bet, you're going to get all you can handle when the Olympics come rolling around. What do y'all got set up for the Olympics?
Yeah, that has continued to expand. So now we have the pretty much everything. Athletics, we have all of the sprints, so the men's 100-meter, women's 200, the hurdles. We have discus, the men's and women's hammer throw, pole vaulting. We actually added breakdancing. I think somebody asked about that.
We talked about that last week.
Who's the favorite in breakdancing? I need to know.
Shabba-doo.
It is Victor Montalov.
What country is he from?
I'm not saying that. I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but he's from the USA.
Okay.
Our favorite, plus 115. And then there's a person, Philip Kim from Canada, that is the second choice at plus 225. And I was looking this up. It's very similar to some other sports in terms of it is judged. So there are 16 contestants that made it to this stage of the Breaking B-Boys, as it's listed on our website or on the Oakland Sports app. And we also have the women's event on there as well. Women's, the favorite is from China. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her name, but she is the co-favorite. Actually, there's three, so the women's is much more competitive. There are three ladies at plus 300. And they are from China, Japan, and I believe that is Lithuania.
Wow.
Okay, if we can talk about breakdancing, surely we can ask a question about the discus competition. Valerie Allman, defending gold medalist from the United States. She is a physical specimen. She's unbelievable. So what are the odds on her repeating her gold medal performance?
She is about as big of a favorite as the men's basketball team. She is minus 670 to take home the gold.
Wow. That's awesome. So she's going to win, barring some Frenchman like slipping her a Mickey or something.
Yeah, it's looking like she is a very heavy favorite. Next choice is at plus 650.
In men's basketball, is France second? Are they a clear second?
They actually second choice
Canada.
Canada. So
Canada.
USA is now to minus 400. They were actually minus 670 last week, so that's been a pretty big move on the U.S. team. France at 900, Canada at 900, and Serbia at plus 1100.
Do you guys have Summer League on the books?
Summer League not on the books. That's something that I wouldn't be surprised if over the next few years that's something that becomes a little more commonly bet on, but right now it's not. In terms of basketball, there are some other options out there. So right now, obviously, WNBA is playing. Link Sparks on the board today. Link's -7. But we have the NBL. That is the league out of New Zealand.
Yes.
Their season is currently going on, so we have that on the board. There's a game at 2:30 in the morning on Tuesday. So that's one of the fun things about
who's playing in that game?
Overseas.
Who are the teams?
It is the Jets versus the Wahi,
Okay.
and the Wahi is -5.5.
NBL is probably I'd say maybe like the fourth best league in the world, maybe.
Who's playing a game at 2:30 in the morning?
Well, it's in Australia / New Zealand.
Oh, okay,
so,
that makes sense.
yeah.
I was going to say, I could have done that in college when I was keeping ridiculous hours, but not now.
Hey, Zach, for a lot of us listeners here in the great state of Arkansas, next thing we most likely look forward to is going to be football season. Any early numbers on that? I know you said for the season, 4, ±4. Are we still sitting at that?
So it is at 4.5 right now on the Arkansas Razorbacks. This is their regular season win total. The over -134, the under +110. So that over, it was at -150, -154 at one point, so it's actually dropped a little bit. But there are some other things that have hit the board. We do have Arkansas State. We'll go ahead and mention them there on the board. That total is at 6, the over at +105. And then we have a player prop. We have our running back, Jackson, on the board. His rushing total for the season, 975 yards, 975.5. And that is at even money on the over and pretty heavy juice on the under. So right now it looks like that under is getting a bulk of the action. So if you feel like he's going to have a breakout year for the Razorbacks, this is a good market getting even money on that over.
Dang, do we have a running back that gets close to 1,000 yards this year? That's kind of hard to wrap my mind around.
Depends on the offensive line.
It's going to be a task, no doubt. I think he had just under 800 last year with Utah, so that's a pretty big step up, and he's moving to the SEC.
Do y'all have any bets on how many sacks are given up in a year?
So that's something that's going to be commonly offered in the NFL. I expect as we get closer to the season in college, we will see that ad. For instance, right now we have passing yards leader for each conference. So the SEC, that's going to be Carson Beck at +150. And then receiving yards, it's Luther Burden, the third, and that's at +275. Apologies, I do not know the exact teams.
He's at Missouri.
Yeah, Burden's
at Missouri. Yeah.
He's really good.
So those are on the board. We've been adding, just about each week there's been more adding for college. Each of the major conferences has those two markets plus the rushing leader. Rushing leader for the SEC is very competitive. The favorite at +800, and that's C.J. Baxter. And the Razorback, Jackson, he's actually co-favorite to lead rushing. So they're pretty high on this guy.
Yeah, I saw him spring game. Yeah, he has good burst, good vision. He said, now that was playing against our own guys, so jury is still out on that one. So we're going to have to wait and see. Zach, real quick, people listening maybe for the first time or maybe interested to go ahead and pull on that trigger, y'all still get some good thing for people who want to get the app?
Absolutely. So Oaklawn Sports is available in the Apple Store, Google Play Store. Right now, new customers can get up to $250 in a bonus bet. It's very easy. No promo code required for that. Just sign up, make your first deposit. If your first wager loses, we're going to get you a bonus bet up to $250. All the terms and conditions for that on the website. But just know that you don't have to put in any code. It's simply offered to everyone, all the new users, when they sign up after their first deposit.
All right, Zach, appreciate you, man. Anything else you want to leave us with?
Just continue to keep your eye on the Olympics and football. As I mentioned, there are markets that just continue to add pretty much as the days go by. In fact, undefeated for college football season was added. That's for the regular season. Ohio State +220 on the yes. So this is a yes/no market. You can take either side, which is fun. I really appreciate when there's two sides to a market and you're not one side betting. So Ohio State +220, Georgia's at +280, Oregon at +325. Those are listed under college football futures if you want to check them out. It looks like there are about 30 teams that are listed currently.
I got a question for you about Ohio State since you brought them up. What are the odds if Michigan beats them for the 4th straight time this season that Ryan Day gets fired the next day?
Ooh, I'll work on those odds for you.
See what you can come up with. That might be worth putting some money on.
Yeah, I won't be able to post that market. We try to avoid markets where we're wagering on people losing their jobs. But, you know, it's hard to feel too bad for these college football coaches because they usually make millions even when they lose stuff. So,
fair enough.
No, that's a good one. I would have to say, given Ohio State-Michigan rivalry and it being the 4th straight year, probably pretty low odds or high, you know, however you want to view that, minus 1,000 or so.
If he loses again, he's a dead man walking for sure.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right, Zach, we appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great day.
You know, he was talking about this running back, Jaquindon Jackson.
Mm-hmm. From Utah.
From Utah. Played 12 regular season games, 11 starts last year. 161 carries, 797 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 100-yard games. You take the under on that, right? He doesn't get over 900 yards. I wonder where that's coming from. I would love it, though. I will say this. He did look very explosive at the spring game. 6'2", 235 pounds, perfect size for a big back. Not sure how fast he is. He did look explosive. Hopefully it'll be a great year. I guess we got to keep an eye out for that one. All right, don't forget, call in the show. Y'all know the number, 661-1037. We got your D3 Auto Sales text line and your live fan feedback thanks to True Service Community Federal Credit Union.
I get those goosebumps every time you come around, you ease my mind, you make everything feel fine. Worry about those comments.
Hello, Arkansas. Montana with Hubbard Power Sports in Russellville. We are your passionately motivated Can-Am and Sea-Doo dealer. Whether you are on the road, on the water, or in the trails, we've got the ride for you. Our Can-Am and Sea-Doo dealership in Russellville offers a large variety of units in stock now. We are a family-owned and operated crew and celebrating 24 years in business this summer. See our current inventory, apply for financing, and value your trade at our website, hubbardpowersports.com. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram. Stop by and see us Monday through Saturday for the best customer service around. We hope to see you soon.
Do you know what's even better than the dough steak and tamales? Dough steak and tamales on our dog-friendly patio. So come on down Monday through Friday 11 to 2 for lunch and Monday through Saturday 5 to 9 for dinner. Doe's is at the corner of Ringo and Markham in downtown Little Rock, where we are locally owned and operated for over 36 years. And don't forget, Doe's Eat Place for goodness steaks.
So the body knows that it needs to heal itself, but it doesn't know how to concentrate it and target it into just one area. So that's where we come in.
By we, Dr. Ashley Caravelli means the nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics.
We put in those treatments, then it sends out like little signalers to your body. We're able to make the body focus on the areas that need the most healing.
QC Kinetics has gathered brilliant medical minds like Dr. Caravelli and Dr. Mitchell Shinecup, a pioneer in the field of regenerative medicine, to lead the way in these innovative pain treatments.
So at QC Kinetics, we have a whole team working nationwide with cutting-edge research to reach our patients and treat them and know that surgery is no longer their only option.
The consultation is free. Find out if you're a candidate. Call QC Kinetics today.
Call QC Kinetics, 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
See Shelter agents Chad Kesterson in Arkadelphia, Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff, or Blake Jumper in Benton.
Repower today with a new Tohatsu and start feeling the wind. Building motors since 1956, Tohatsu Outboard offers 4-stroke motors from 2.5 to 250 horsepower, offering a 5-year warranty, reliability, dependability, and simplicity. Right now is the perfect time for you to get a new Tohatsu motor. Max Prairie Wings offers financing and accepts all major credit cards. So stop by Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart or call them at 870-674-8982 and get ready to deal.
Welcome back to The Zone with Justin Acri and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
That song wasn't the single, but you weren't either. Living in Ladera Heights, the Black Beverly Hills, domesticated paradise, palm trees and pools. The water's blue, swallow the pill, keeping it surreal. Whatever you like, whatever feels good, whatever takes your mountain high, keeping it surreal. Not sugar free, my TV ain't HD, that's too real. Grapevine, mango, peaches and lime, a sweet life, sweet life, sweet life, sweet life, sweet life.
Game balls and jock straps are brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscape. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA caddy, so he knows what good grass looks like. If you'd like to take your yard to the next level, then hit up Josh and his crew at A Caddy's Touch Landscape. 501-794-2770. Call today.
All right, welcome back in. Time for your game ball and jock straps. I'll go ahead and start this one off, Christian, if that's all right.
Go for it.
I give a jock strap to Arkansas football recruiting department. Missing out on just about all of our top in-state recruits. Not just this year, but last year, too. Last-minute shift. Who's the guy from what school was that?
Crutchfield.
Yes, Crutchfield.
Went to Missouri.
Went to Missouri. It's just a theme, and you can't build a program if you can't keep your in-state guys.
I don't know if it's their fault or if we are hamstrung NIL-wise, or maybe a combination of both. I do think we're probably not doing the greatest in football NIL.
Well, I guess let me add into the recruiting department the people financially backing it, too. Yeah, they're going to throw them in there, too. But you got to figure something out. You got to do it now. I mean, you see what they did with Coach Cal. They changed the program overnight.
Well, you get a coach like that, I think it changes things.
I guess we'll pick and choose what the real problem is. We'll wait till football season for that.
Game ball, I'm going to give one to Kel'el Ware. I talked about it earlier. He played really well for the Heat. I think that's going to be a really good pickup for them and for him playing for the Heat culture. I'm also going to give one to the 76ers. They're bringing back the black 76ers jerseys that AI wore in the AI era Sixers. I really like those. So that'll be fun. And jockstrap, I'm going to give it to the discourse around Joel Embiid playing for America, because people are like, why didn't he play for Cameroon? It's like, well, maybe because Cameroon doesn't really have anyone. Like,
he doesn't live in Cameroon. He lives in America.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand, though. Like, it's like, why don't you play for your home country? It's like, well, their home country, like, there's nobody from Cameroon that plays in the NBA.
Not really.
Also, he's been here for, 14, 15 years now? Also, did anybody talk about this when Patrick Ewing played for Team America? Or did anybody talk about when Hakeem Olajuwon played for America?
Exactly.
It's like he went to high school here and he played college here. What do you want?
Good point.
But that's it for me.
I got a jockstrap.
Let's hear it.
The United States men's soccer team.
Oh, no.
What is wrong with these guys? We keep hearing every year, we got more good players now than we've ever had before. We've got more guys playing in the Premier League. They stink. And they're horrible. So I read the Guardian newspaper every day from London.
Right.
So I just got this, and I was cracking up about it. It said, are Canada the best team in the Americas, over there in Copa and all that?
Like including South America?
Well, yeah, they're kind of talking about North America.
Okay, North
they
America.
said the U.S. stinks, Mexico stinks. Mexico used to be good.
Yeah,
but I'm cracking up about the British. Are Canada the best team? I say, is Canada? Isn't Canada? Yeah. They say, are Canada? And it's like, Oasis are a great band. I'm like, isn't it? Oasis is a great band. But, the English, what do they know about the language? They
didn't even invent it.
So, yeah.
Something else I wanted to know is Croatia is really good at soccer. Croatia is the size of New Mexico.
Isn't that that's incredible?
It's like the amount of talent that they put out. Like if Yugoslavia was still a country, they would win the World Cup every single
They would be they would be amazing in basketball.
Yeah, they'd be really good at basketball.
They would be incredible at basketball.
That's Serbia, Croatia,
Montenegro,
Macedonia,
Albania.
I think maybe.
And Albania doesn't turn out anybody, but
neither does Macedonia.
Albania turned out
Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Albania turned out those kidnappers that took Liam Neeson's daughter and taken. I will find you.
They
I will kill you. And they found him.
Yeah.
I told you I'd find you, Marco from Tropoja.
Yeah, that is right. Marco, what a scene, right?
That was great.
What a scene.
I will stop what I'm doing if the movie is on there and watch that scene
every
and
time.
then go somewhere else. It's
Marco
a great
from
scene.
Tropoja.
Yeah, he takes out 12 dudes in 90 seconds.
Good scene.
That's incredible.
Another game ball, Jackson, that is Landon Jackson, defensive lineman for the University of Arkansas. He earned his first preseason All-American nod. He's going to be on the Walter Camp preseason. He was named Walter Camp preseason All-American.
He's getting a lot of hype. He was getting a lot of hype last year.
He is. When he first came over from LSU, transferred.
He's very highly recruited.
He was, but his first year I didn't see too much.
Underwhelming.
Yeah, it was very underwhelming. Yeah. But as he has progressed, he is someone who he must be putting in the work.
Changed his body last year.
Changed his body.
He's
big. He's got long arms, very physical, great hips. And so he's someone that has, you know how you think people, do they have the potential? Do they work hard? He's put both of them together, and it's been pretty special to see.
What was his sack total last year?
Ooh, I would have to look. He was up there, though. Yeah, he was up there. He had a great game against Alabama. I think 3 sacks against Alabama, a few more. Always disruptive, in the right place at the right time.
And, boy, the NFL pays for that skill set.
They do. I think he'll have a better NFL career than college career. I really do.
Yeah, I do too.
Just from his build alone. I think they'll let him focus on one specific thing and say,
go get
we're going to pay you just to do this. Don't worry about anything else.
And also, when you're surrounded by better talent, it also makes you better.
It does help.
Yeah, because they can't double him.
Yeah.
Right. Al Davis used to have a saying when he ran the Raiders: the opposing quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard.
That's a good impression.
If you can knock the other quarterback down, the offense is out the window.
Yeah. And then his philosophy just went, let's draft the fastest person available.
He did that, and I think he meant the fastest at driving Corvettes and crashing. Not just the fastest at running.
Imagine the conversations that the offensive line would have before playing Arkansas in the past current years. The offensive linemen in their personnel game day or their breakdown day one, they look at the roster, but okay, so which guys do we have to double? I don't know if they had that conversation at all.
Yeah.
They probably said, guys, get ready to get up to the second level. We got some free linemen running, Yeah, no doubt about it.
That's not good.
And it's not good.
It's
not good.
at all.
Linebackers hate it. That's what I will say. We are missing someone who can just plug up the middle. Mm-hmm. You don't even need tackles from them. But when it takes 2 guys or 3 guys to keep, and your linebackers are running free, that's almost the most valuable person on the field, and you probably never hear about them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
On YouTube, the True American Patriot, that's his name. Can you tell me what the chances of getting Kane Archer with Bobby Petrino are here? He also asked, do y'all ever read these? We do. We just don't get a lot.
He's the quarterback from Greenwood that everybody wants.
He's really awesome. Class of 2026. I think the real question is, will Bobby Petrino even be here in 2026?
Well,
so I don't know how to answer your question.
Listen, as a quarterback, you could do a whole lot worse than playing for Petrino. He'll coach you up. There's no question about that.
But this guy's 6'5", 205 pounds.
Oh, we've known about him since he was like in 7th grade.
He's that big?
Big.
I didn't know he's 6'5".
Or is that 6 foot and a half?
Yeah, I think he's not 6'5".
I think he's
really
short,
yeah.
I think.
All right, that's 6 foot and a half.
But he's massively athletic, and they said he's really smart. Greenwood is like a small college program, the way they run things. They do a good job.
They really do. I'll tell you, there's one guy I went to a Ryan Mountains football camp in Mountain Home. Mm-hmm. There's a kid there, young. I want to say maybe going into 8th or 9th grade. I think he's going to be legit.
No kidding.
I saw him throw that ball. When you see somebody that young, the way it just comes out of their hand, it was impressive, Pigskin. I liked it a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm the type, if I were a coach and I saw just his, and you got to think, at that age, He really hasn't even dug in deep to the whole mechanics and all this.
Get over there and build that relationship with this kid
now. I mean, I think he's special. He was the fastest kid in camp. He was the strongest kid in camp. He's something special.
Wes came in last year after he saw that kid at Sheridan in the 9th grade team just decimate BA. He said, "This is the best running back I've seen at this age ever." And that's the guy that Kelly's got now. There's the thing about Kelly. Everybody knows, those gaudy passing numbers and everything. Kelly is like Petrino in that he spreads the field enough that running backs do really well because they get isolated. And if you got a guy that can break some tackles and is quick, he's going to put good numbers.
Your change can help families of hospitalized children at Ronald McDonald House. Just ask to round up for RMHC when you place your order anytime you're at McDonald's. This way, families of critically ill children at Ronald McDonald House can stay at no cost while their child is receiving life-saving care at a local hospital. All of that change stays right here in Little Rock. So next time you're at McDonald's, ask to round up for RMHC. You'll be leaving with so much more than just a meal.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and this time of year we're talking a lot about spring cleaning. How about a spring freshen up for your home so you can stand and admire it with a fresh color on the outside? These can be hard to reach places when we're talking about exterior painting. That's why I like to leave it to the pros from CertaPro Painters. Not only will they do a great job, this can also be dangerous work. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. Indoor or outdoor, it's CertaPro. That's Certa with a C. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Morning Mayhem wants to know, is it fact or is it crap? Listen each week for your chance to play, presented by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo. Whether on the water or on the trails, we've got the ride for you.
1037thebuzz.com. Get your iPhone or Droid app today and take us with you everywhere the wind blows. KABZ Little Rock. Buzz News with KARK's Claire Kreitz.
A 17-year-old is recovering this morning after her family was caught in the crossfire of a shooting over the weekend. Little Rock police say 17-year-old Amaya Phillips was shot around 2 a.m. Sunday at the corner of East Markham and South Scott Street. Little Rock police have not released any information about possible suspects. Drivers will face closures in Pulaski and Saline counties this week. Starting today, eastbound inside and middle lanes on Interstate 440 in Little Rock will be closed through Thursday, July 11th for bridge deck repairs. The I-530 ramp to I-440 will also be closed. On I-30, there will be single and double lane closures in Little Rock and North Little Rock. Heading south, the ongoing I-30 widening project in Saline County will cause closures of 2 ramps for 8 days. The eastbound I-30 off-ramp and on-ramp at Highway 70 will be closed until Tuesday, July 16th. This is Claire Kreitz for the Buzz Radio Network.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
It's a 60% chance of rain today, a high of 88 in Little Rock and a cloudy sky. Tonight, it becomes windy, a 100% chance of rainfall. Some heavy rain will be possible. A flood watch will be in effect tonight and through the day on Tuesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Riverfront Steakhouse Special, dinner for 2 for $60. 10-ounce filet, fried shrimp, 2 sides, and our famous salad bar. Only $60. Good Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night.
Guys, it's summer and time to get outdoors, man. But do you feel out of energy? Do you lack motivation and mental focus? It could be low testosterone. Low T affects millions of men, and it happens naturally. It's not if, it's when, y'all. The solution? Testosterone replacement therapy at Low T Center. It starts with a quick test, and the results are fast. Don't wait. Take control of your health today. And now at Low T Center, they're offering a free initial test. So if you're over 30, schedule a visit at lowtcenter.com today. Offer stands till July the 31st. That's lowtcenter.com. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Pat Bradley for Brewskis. Every Monday at both locations, that's downtown Little Rock and North Little Rock, we are bringing you $1 Wing Mondays. That's right, $1 Wing Mondays. That's traditional and boneless. Also, we have 11 different sauces to choose from. Not only that, watch every game on the big screen TVs and enjoy a cold beverage with some friends. Don't miss out on our $1 Wing Mondays. That's dine-in only at Brewskis. You're home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
At Progressive, we know money can't buy happiness. But money did buy your boat, where you find peace fishing, unlike at home with 3 teenage daughters. Because fish never argue about who stole whose crop top, or get mad the other fish used up all the hot water. No, they just swim around, never embarrassed to be seen with you in public. So save money by bundling your boat or RV insurance with home or auto from Progressive. And buy more happiness, or something close to it. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers, not available in all states.
Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Right now, get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for $10. And buy 2, get 1 free on select paint and exterior stain via Lowe's gift card rebate. Shop these deals before they're gone, because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 7/10. Annuals offer in-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Paint. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowes.com/rebates for details while supplies last.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
See Shelter agents Steve Ferguson in Little Rock, Todd Session in Morrilton, or Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff.
It's not hard to be a mom. It's hard to be a good mom. It's easy to be a bad mom. That's so easy. But to be a good mom is hard. To be a bad mom, that's as easy as being a great dad. That's...
Nikki Glazer, Alive and Unwell Tour. November 3rd at Oaklawn Event Center in Hot Springs. Tickets on sale now at oaklawn.com. Don't miss Nikki Glazer. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
I'm standing along the family pool at the Little Rock Racquet Club talking with James and Gus. James, what do you like about this family pool?
I really like the water slides.
How about you, Gus?
I really like the waterfall.
Oh, man, so much to do here at the family pool at the Little Rock.
Craig, if you'll excuse us, there's something we need to do.
Oh, okay. I think you got the message. Your Little Rock Racquet Club invites you and your family to enjoy this, too. 30% off the joining fee now. The Little Rock Racquet Club with more smiles per gallon.
Ed Ruff, the president of Petit Jean Meats, was sitting in his office not too long ago, staring at the calendar. July fast approaching. In July, National Hot Dog Month, and Ed was trying to figure out a way to celebrate. And then it came to him.
I got it.
His idea?
Donate a portion of all Petit Jean hot dog and chili sales to Arkansas Children's Hospital.
You get a rough idea of the rough idea. It's happening in July, Hot Dog Month. Celebrate and donate at the same time. Petit Jean hot dogs and chili. You'll taste the difference.
Bass, Scoops is my new go-to for coffee. You should go there now.
Raj, only if you join me for their ice cream. It's amazing.
Absolutely it is. They've got coffee with ice cream for those special days. Plus, their pastries and breakfast sandwiches are all local.
Raj, they even have a drive-thru. Greg Hatcher has thought of everything.
I love Greg Hatcher. You bet he has. Scoops is open all day, every day.
Perfect. Let's head there now. It's at the corner of Broadway and 3rd, downtown Little Rock.
You're in the zone, coming to you live from the Oaklawn Hot Springs Studio. Oaklawn, Arkansas's only casino resort. Now, here's Justin Acree and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but no, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Todd's picking it up. Let's go. Who the hell is he anyway? He never really talks much, never concerned with status, but still even him starstruck. Humble through opportunities given despite the fact that many misjudge him because he makes a living from writing raps. Put it together himself, now the picture connects. Never asking for someone's help or to get some respect. He's only focused on what he wrote. His will is beyond reach, and now it all unfolds. The skill of an artist. This is 20% skill, 80% fear, be 100% clear, cause Ryu was ill. Who would've thought he'd be the one that set the West in flames? And I heard him wreck it with the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man.
All right, welcome back in. We are set up for your last hour here on The Zone. I'm DJ Williams here with Kristen the Wizard Weaver. We also have Pigskin here in the house as well. Real quick update. Wimbledon. You said we it's getting a little heated.
We are in a tie break in the fourth set. And Fritz, if he can eke out a win here, we go to the fifth set, the ultimate set.
Who's next in tennis?
Alcaraz.
Will he be as big as Federer was to the game?
He might be bigger.
Whoa.
This kid's a freak, man. He's got...
Like, even the whole Federer
Here's what's frightening about this kid. He's already the best in the world on clay, but that game translates to hard courts like the U.S. Open, and he's already won a Wimbledon on grass. That's almost unheard of at that age. He's got
He's 20 years old, right?
20 years old. He's just a baby. And he's got, 3 majors already, 4 majors already? He could win 25 majors. He could.
So when I think basketball, I think Jordan. Football, I would say Brady. Golf, I think Tiger still. Tennis, I think Federer.
I take Djokovic over
I think
Federer.
You would?
I take Djokovic
is
over
the
any
best.
of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
that's amazing because in Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal, we've watched probably the three best players
ever.
of all time.
Of all time.
Yeah.
And this is
And-
me.
and
This is me
yeah.
saying this.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about the past.
You bring the past in,
I
but
bring
you
the
say
past
these
up
guys,
all the
these
time.
guys who currently still... Are they still? They're all done?
Federer's
Oh, no.
done.
Federer's done.
The only way that the guys in the past would have a chance to beat these guys if they went back to the old rackets, the
Okay.
little tiny wooden-headed rackets.
Yeah.
Because it changes the game dramatically, just kind of like golf equipment.
Yeah.
But these three guys today in tennis,
Just
they're
unreal.
as good as anyone who's ever played.
Yeah, and you're saying this guy potentially has
He could be better. He could be better.
Well, that's fun. Where's he
He's
from?
He's smaller.
Spain.
He's Spanish.
Yeah.
Spain has had a ton of really good clay court players, but most of them, their game didn't translate to other surfaces.
Yeah.
His does.
Okay,
So.
fair enough. That's Wimbledon. Check it out. All right, y'all know what it is. It's our last hour. Let's have a little fun. Want to get some entertainment cracked up?
Today's entertainment report is brought to you by Bell & Sword Gentlemen's Clothing in Conway. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram or stop by Bell & Sword's new and larger location at 1011 Oak Street.
All right, welcome back in. Time for a little entertainment. Christian, what you got for us?
I'm going to pull up some box office numbers this weekend, but while I do that, as it turns out, consuming just one alcohol beverage per day, whether it be a pint of beer, a glass of wine, or just a shot, can shorten your lifespan by approximately 2.5 months.
A day?
Yeah, if you do it daily.
Okay, it's not good.
But wait a minute. You're only giving up 2.5 months?
Right.
Well, that's not going to get guys like Acree to,
2.5 months is
go
a
on
lot.
the wagon. 2.5 months is nothing.
Acree wants to live until like 100 plus. You don't remember that? He's trying to.
Did he say that?
Yes, he said
did,
he
yeah.
wants to live as long as possible.
Why would you want to live to be 100?
That's just one drink, though.
Yeah.
If you're having multiple, it probably.
Yeah.
That'd be more than 2.5, maybe 2.5 years. Yeah.
Oh, this says about 35 beverages a week could slash a staggering 2 years off your lifespan.
Yeah, 2 years.
Yeah.
But, I'm not encouraging people to do this, obviously. But I got to say this. I visit a lot of these people. When I leave here, I'm going over to UAMS and visiting somebody from out of town. I go to the Alzheimer's units. I go to the memory care units. I don't know that most people want to live to be 95 or 100. They think they do, but when you see the conditions that these folks live in, it's kind of tough.
No, that's what I kind of hinted at, and Justin ain't trying to hear it. Long as possible.
Well, if we see Justin's mind going, you and I will just smother him with a pillow.
Yeah, it's already there. We're
Okay.
getting there. You know what I mean? It's already there.
Last year, Ireland, which is ironic, became the first country to pass a bill requiring alcohol bottles to be labeled with health warnings. Didn't know that.
Well, people
That
care.
Ireland, a
You're
nation
assuming
full
the
of
Irish are
drinkers,
smart enough to read the warnings and understand them. Me being Irish, I can say they probably won't.
Canada revised its health guidelines to recommend drinks to avoid consuming more than 2 drinks a week.
Oh, my goodness. The Canadians can drink, man. They drink a lot. They can drink, they can bowl, and they can eat donuts.
And play in curling.
And
Good at
curl. That's
too.
right.
What people drink the most? are known for the most? Russians?
Yeah.
Okay.
Russians are in a category almost to themselves.
They got to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, they're it's so bleak over there. They're not drinking.
They're drinking vodka like water.
Beer. They're drinking vodka, and vodka will kill you.
So that's why they probably beat the Germans and all the beer.
Oh yeah.
They were eating rubber tire
the
goulash.
Germans and the Czechs, I think, are the top of the line in beer.
Yeah.
But in hard liquor like vodka, the Russians have no peer.
Oh.
Kevin Bacon went under. He got a disguise with a prosthetic nose, fake teeth, and glasses to see what it would be like to live as like a normal person, and it turns out he doesn't like it.
Imagine that.
So he said, nobody recognized me. People were kind of pushing past me, not being nice. Nobody said I love you. I had to wait in line to buy coffee.
Egads.
He said, he's like, this sucks.
How terrible.
This sucks. I want to go back to being
In other
famous.
words, I'm used to all the privilege I get. Yes. There you
It's
go.
like, wow, this kind of makes me like you a little bit less.
Yeah. So,
It's like,
what
wow.
everyone else deals with. Interesting.
No doubt.
You know, there's like a certain line where you become too famous, like a Michael Jackson. It's like, I can't go do
Can't
anything.
go anywhere. Yeah.
It was like, but
Taylor Swift's in that ballpark.
I feel like Kevin Bacon's the right level of success.
He's
where
not in the Elvis category
No.
where you got to go rent the whole theater out to go
It's
out
like if
there.
I saw Kevin Bacon, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. That's Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
I feel
but
like
so
if
what?
Kevin Bacon, like if he came to Arkansas, went down to the River Market, I think besides people coming up to him, I think most people would say that guy looks like Kevin Bacon.
But what would Kevin Bacon be doing in Arkansas?
They
That's
would
probably
and
what
I think
we'd
he'd
think.
walk around he'd probably be upset. He'd be
By
like,
the
by the
way-
way, I'm Kevin Bacon.
Taylor Fritz wins the fourth set tiebreaker.
Oh,
We're going to the fifth
Wow.
set
Uh-oh.
at Wimbledon.
I have some unfortunate news to pass along. Haley Welch, a.k.a. the Hot Tua girl, is close to striking a TV deal for a reality TV show about her life.
Yes. I told you, she's sticking around, y'all. You
And
said a
this is
flash
like,
in the
why do we
pan.
do this? Why do we need this? We don't need this.
First of all, we absolutely don't need this. And secondly, what is her poor father doing with himself
So
these days?
they've actually interviewed everybody, and apparently it's her personality, a goofy jokester girl.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that she's even she signed with a management company.
Yeah.
Penthouse Management or something like that. Yeah. You almost spit your drink up.
Penthouse.
Is that fitting? I think so. I could be wrong. But they had rumors about her even going on doing some stand-up comedy because they say like it's her personality. But
Here's a question. When you were in college, how many sorority girls did you meet that were exactly like that?
Oh,
1,000?
if not more.
There you go.
Tens of thousands.
So she's not anything
They're out
unique
there.
or special.
It's
Right
just
place, right time.
right, place at the right time.
Right
That's
time.
it.
I did keep up. So, she didn't have social media when all this happened. She didn't. People said, we can't find her on social media. She says, I got off of it before then. This was just random. Barely had any followers. I checked in last week, 685,000 followers. This morning, she's over 1 million.
Oh, my goodness.
On what? Instagram?
On
or?
Instagram.
There's no hope for this country. We're doomed.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We like to make dumb people famous.
Yeah.
We really do.
We're good at it.
So, yeah, keep an eye out for Hot Tua Goes Hollywood.
Well, in a world where the Kardashians half of them are billionaires, is any of this surprising?
No, it's not.
It's not.
We like to do this as a
And
country.
it is randomly. We got into an argument with this whole thing and where it stems from and where it comes from. And it says, this thing's been ever. It's Kim Kardashian. I was in a car. Some girls said, what are you talking about? She has this. She has the show. She started this line.
Yeah, but how'd she get famous?
Where did it all start?
Yeah.
Started with this
A video
that got leaked.
A video.
Boom comes the empire,
You heard what one comedian said. I wish I could remember who it was. I'd give attribution. But he said, I can forgive OJ for killing those two people. I can't forgive OJ for foisting the Kardashians on us. And I'm like, a lot of truth in that.
Yeah.
Because, Robert Kardashian was his lawyer.
Well,
he was the one that read the so-called suicide note.
Yeah, we were talking about the Robert Kardashian connect with them.
Yeah.
And then, obviously,
Bruce Jenner.
One of the best Olympians of all time.
Yeah.
And then that's what it's us. Oh, it's who is this girl? She's connected to them. Boom.
Then half of the NBA guys are connected to her.
Yeah,
and
they are.
Yeah, and they're off and running. So.
Hey, but that family, who's behind it? I heard that Ryan Seacrest produced all that. Did you hear about
did he?
that? Yes.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like the Dick Clark 2.0 of his generation.
Oh, yeah. He's
Clark
everywhere.
was producing and doing this and TV shows and
everywhere,
music and everything, and he's kind of like that, but more photogenic. So
Chris is also the mastermind behind
you
it.
think she is?
Yeah, I think she's like a puppet master.
She probably is. Yeah, that's really.
It is wild how like a D tier, no offense or no pun intended, celebrity launched Kim Kardashian. Like Ray J. It's like Ray J's not had like one hit. He had,
Ray
like,
J
2
is
hits.
not even famous, but he launched them into fame. You know, I've used this in sermons sometimes. The ESPN bunch, they have the ESPYs, you know, their awards. Right. So in consecutive back-to-back years, they gave the Arthur Ashe Courage Award the first year to Caitlyn Jenner, and the second year to Xavier Dobson. Okay,
I don't remember who
you know who
Caitlyn
is. That's the former Bruce Jenner, who's now Caitlyn. Xavier Dobson was a kid in Knoxville, Tennessee, a young black man, that a car rolls up on the porch. He's over there visiting with some of his friends from high school. And they, in a case of mistaken identity, the window comes down, machine gun comes out, and they start shooting. He throws his body in front of his friends and saves their lives. And it takes his life. Now, this is my point. Does dressing up and pretending to be a woman, is that as courageous as laying down your life for your friends? I would say no.
No.
I would say those two things have nothing in common, but that's where we are. We don't even have the ability as a society to differentiate between true courage and whatever it is that he or she is doing.
I have no problem with what Caitlyn Jenner is doing. I wanted that to be clarified. If she wants to do that, let her do it.
It's her business. I'm not saying that. I'm saying, though, that is not equal to saving the lives of your friends. Yeah. And they should come up with a different category of award because those two aren't the same thing.
Can I? We talked about Ryan Seacrest and this whole Kardashian deal, and you started talking about his hands are in so many different things. So we talked about his money. So he was a producer. Kind of him and Chris started all this. The Dick Clark New Year's special. He makes $1 million per each time he does that. He has a fashion line where he has some suits. $50 million in 2018 he made from his menswear line. On American Idol, he started off at $5 million a year. Then after it got big, signed a $45 million deal for 3 years.
Grief.
Oh yeah. What else? He has his on-air thing. So the Kardashians. How much money did he make from that? As I go down this whole list of everything that he's done, $74 million he made in 2018.
Just 2018.
Yes.
So what is his net worth right now?
I see it somewhere sitting around $450 million.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
That's insane.
It's everywhere. Brilliant on him.
Hey, good.
I don't know when he sleeps.
Good on him. Oh, he's like David Basil on a national national level.
He is.
Box office numbers to wrap up Entertainment Report. We need one more caller for birthday trivia. We're going to be playing for Trav's tickets for when they're back in town. They're on the road this week, but when they get back next week, you can go to see a game. Despicable Me 4 got $75 million this weekend in the box office.
That's the little thing with the minions.
Yeah,
yes.
Right? Yeah. Animated is the way to go, I guess.
Inside Out got $30 million, and this is like, what, week 3?
Yes.
Inside Out
what is Inside Out about?
It's the story
they got
about the emotions
inside the
and it's actually really good, Pigskin. You'd kind of like it. They depict these emotions inside.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
One of them's anger, one of them's joy, one
jealousy,
of them's sad,
and
jealousy, envy,
right.
and they hit the $1 billion mark quick, the fastest ever for animation.
Could I take
film.
my 5-year-old granddaughter to see that?
Yes.
Probably?
Yeah, just let them see Inside Out 1 first.
Yeah,
probably.
you got to watch the first one.
A Quiet Place Day 1 got $21 million, Maxine 6.7, Bad Boys Ride or Die 6.6.
When is Twisters coming out?
Soon.
I remember the first one. I like it was yesterday. I love Twister.
It's pretty entertaining.
Oh man, we got cows. Who was that? Sally Field. Was she in that movie?
It was Helen Hunt.
Helen Hunt.
No, his wife, his current wife. He was.
Oh, Jamie Gertz.
Is that who that was? Because he was divorced.
Yeah, she was his old girlfriend. Then he was going out with Jamie Gertz, the psychologist.
Yeah,
I miss Bill Paxton. He was great, man. And
so good.
But isn't Josh's man crush going to be in this one?
He'll be in Glenn Powell.
Yes,
yeah. Josh Neighbors loves him some Glenn Powell.
He's like the new Matthew McConaughey. You know, he's getting there.
Listen. I'm going to come to young Josh's defense. Glenn Powell is pretty cool.
Yeah.
When you're watching that the reboot of Top Gun,
Maverick,
when he's at Maverick or whatever it was. He was great in that. I'm like, this guy's pretty sharp.
So I was listening to a thing about his role in Top Gun, and they were sitting him down. He auditioned for the role of what's his name?
Miles Teller?
Rooster. Yeah, Miles Teller's
Right.
role. He didn't get it, so he didn't want to be a part of the film. Tom Cruise reached out and said, "We still want you to be a part of the film. We just don't want you to have that role." And he didn't want it. He said he wanted that role. He says, "Let me tell you." He says, "What is your goal?" He says, "I want to be like you." He says, "I didn't get like this by only picking the top roles."
There you go.
I said, "I just wanted to be a part of great movies and making my role great. I didn't always search for the greatest role." And he says, by doing that, he became who he was. And he says that's why he ended up going for Maverick.
He seems like a really smart and calculating dude. I read an article in the New York Times. No, Powell.
Yeah.
But they said he's pretty bright, and they said the people that work with him, they love him. So I think this guy's he's going to be a major star.
The Hitman movie he did with Netflix is pretty good.
Is it? Okay.
Did you watch it?
You
didn't watch The Hitman?
I need to watch that.
He's not in Hitman.
He's like pretending to be a hitman.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd heard about that.
Yeah.
Acree said
Acree
said the thing that he did with
Anyone But
Sydney
You,
Sweeney is one of the worst movies he's ever seen.
Yeah, I did see that one. Sorry, we just talked about that
He
last week.
said that wasn't any good. I didn't. I was on the plane and I was reading a book, and somebody like 3 seats ahead was watching that. So I got to see some of it, but I didn't hear any of the dialogue. And Acree said, "You should be lucky that you didn't hear the dialogue." So.
All right, here we go. Little birthday trivia. Monday morning edition. You went last time? You were here?
No, I think Philip Martin did.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did pull it out.
All right, so this will be for Traveler's Ticket. Fred, you will be with DJ.
Come on,
Rick,
Fred.
You will be with Pigskin. We have one birthday from yesterday. The rest of them are from today.
Okay.
This guy is an Austrian chef and restaurateur.
Wolfgang Puck.
It is Wolfgang Puck. Point Pigskin. DJ, how old is Wolfgang Puck?
Wolfgang Puck is 72.
65.
He is 75. Point DJ.
75?
Wow.
All right, this guy's been mentioned today. He was in movies such as
Glenn Powell,
Animal House, Footloose,
Tom Cruise,
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
All is well.
Yeah.
All is well.
How old is Kevin Bacon? Pigskin.
68.
69.
66. All right. It wouldn't be the zone if I wasn't having to pull up clips in the middle of the birthday report. But I'll skip over that one for a second. This guy's a former Arkansas player in the mid-2000s. He played in the NBA briefly. He has played in Russia and China as well. High flyer.
Ooh, Brandon Dean.
Nope.
The dude that had the
Tyrese
dunk against
Thompson.
Kentucky.
No, not Michael Qualls.
Not Michael Qualls.
Sonny
Courtney
Weems.
Fortson.
It is Sonny Weems.
Sonny Weems.
Sonny Weems.
Fort Smith North Side, I believe.
Look
South
at
Side.
you. Good get, man. Nice.
How old is Sonny Weems? DJ.
Sonny Weems. 40.
45.
He is 38.
Wow.
All right. Audio clue.
Beck.
It is Beck.
I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
All right. How old is Beck? Pigskin.
Beck
Musician Beck.
is 52.
53.
54. We are all tied up. This is the last
I don't know
one.
who he is, but this sounds good. I like this.
Oh, this song rocks,
Yeah?
man.
All right. This guy was this is from yesterday. Number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft. He played at Virginia.
Ralph Sampson.
It is Ralph Sampson. His team then drafted Hakeem Olajuwon, and they realized that Hakeem
Twin
was better than
Towers.
him.
Before the Twin Towers got taken out in 9/11.
And then also before Tim Duncan and David Robinson also used that name.
I think the NBA is rigged. The wrong teams keep getting the good picks, and the Pistons keep getting
the fifth.
the lousy pick.
They keep getting the fifth
so you
pick.
want to know how old Ralph Sampson is?
How old is Ralph Sampson? I believe it's
DJ's turn.
It is DJ's turn.
It is.
56.
Good player. Got injured a while though.
65.
64. Pigskin wins. Rick wins. Rick, you have 1 tickets to go
Nice.
see the Arkansas
DJ,
Travelers.
let me
Hold on the
say
line.
this
I was
to
trying to
you
figure
as
out
an
how
old
old-
guy talking to a young guy.
Yeah.
Your rate of improvement in birthday trivia is impressive. You're
take
getting
it.
much, much better.
You know what helps?
What's that?
I stopped caring as much, so my heart rate slowed down and I could think. Yeah.
Exactly. You're in the zone.
When I first started, it was so stressful. Sweating, trying to get in birthday trivia. And then I said, why?
I kept getting beaten by Pat Bradley for years.
Oh, no way.
Bradley would always just go one away. He couldn't get in the same decade of the age. And one away.
Yeah.
He was good. I said, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
He says, yeah. And he just wink at me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what Wes did as well.
Part of it.
Christian is excellent at birthday trivia because he has a wide range of interests. And this birthday trivia is good. This is one of the hallmarks of this station. I'm glad you guys are still
down for
doing
it. And they've been recycled a few times, right? Would you say that?
What do you mean?
They've been recycled a few birthday trivia? How long have you been here?
I've been here, it'll be 5 years.
Oh,
5 years in November.
You've heard a few of the same birthdays before?
Yeah.
I feel like Justin will circle back around to the same clue.
Yeah, there
a
are
year
some.
later.
There are some
I can
times.
see that. Well,
there are some times that he uses the same exact clue.
Listen, as a preacher, I could preach the same sermons every other year and nobody would remember. So that was a good new sermon. It's like I just did it like 3 months ago.
All right, y'all. Congrats to our birthday trivia winners. About to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more of The Zone.
Saving all your food stamps and burning down the trailer park. Yo, cut it. So I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me? Double barrel buckshot.
Now you can watch all your favorite Buzz shows streaming live on our YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter pages. 103.7 The Buzz, your multimedia fun and game station.
This is Sports Center.
Arkansas baseball landed their 12th transfer portal commit yesterday in Southeast Community College catcher Elliott Peterson. Peterson led all of junior college in batting average, batting .517 with a .585 on-base percentage in 59 games. He put up 15 home runs with 91 RBIs and 25 stolen bases as well. Behind the plate, he had just 2 errors all year with a fielding percentage of .994. And in Arkansas football news, Arkansas lost out on Parkview's Amarion Robinson and Monterio Elston as they committed to Oklahoma and Kansas State respectfully. With Robinson's decision, the Razorbacks have now lost out on the top 3 in-state recruits. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's pure sweat skills and trainings Bart Reed. Made possible by Martin Orthopedics with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
I don't think SUV is an appropriate term. Not a Genesis of Conway, where it's an LUV, luxury utility vehicle. It also accurately describes how I feel about the GV70 I've been driving. Handles like a dream, has more cameras than I work with in my TV career. I love its chrominess and how the steering wheel and seat adjust from memory every time you get in the car. And that's just one model from a terrific selection at Genesis of Conway, where you'll discover the future of luxury today.
Pay attention, this happens fast. You're on the forklift in your warehouse when it breaks down. You call Medley Equipment Company. Talk to Debbie.
Hello.
Debbie tells you they'll get you moving again. Debbie talks to a service tech.
Yep, I can do it.
Tech says when they can be there. That nice Debbie lady calls you back.
Hello.
Saying your forklift will be fixed in a few hours.
Nice.
Pretty fast, right? We're just trying to keep up because Medley keeps you moving.
I'm branch manager Jeff Tess. Visit medleycompany.com or come see us at 121 House Court, North Little Rock, Arkansas.
It's Shelton Acre, my buddy Reed Llewellyn, the Rock City Margarita Festival and the Great Arkansas Beer Festival presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and 103.7 The Buzz returns to the State House Convention Center on Saturday, July 20th.
With a $40 ticket, you can sample delicious margaritas from over 35 local restaurants and beers from over 100 breweries from Arkansas and across the country.
Also games, a live DJ, food trucks, and giveaways. Get your tickets before they sell out.
Visit 1037thebuzz.com or on social media at the Rock City Margarita Festival and the Great Arkansas Beer Festival for tickets and more information.
If you're sick of this election already, the back and forth, the mudslinging, and hearing about why this person is right for you, know this, the payroll company is tired of it too. That's why they're offering election payroll relief. 2 whole months of payroll for free. Plus, new customers will get 50% off setup fees. This offer is good now through November 5th. Finally, a reason to get excited about an election year. The Payroll Company. Less headaches, more than payroll. Visit morethanpayroll.com.
For me, the sun rises and sets with
The Zone.
Yeah.
We know how you feel. Don't worry. You're back in the zone with Justin Eckery and DJ Williams on the Buzz Radio Network.
All right, welcome back into the zone. Once again, congrats to Pigskin and his birthday trivia victory. Who did you play for? Rick? Am I making that up?
Rick.
I think so. Right. Congrats, Rick.
To the victor, go the spoils, Rick. That's
Take
right.
a look at some of our live fan feedback. That's thanks to True Service Community Federal Credit Union. DJ, you mentioned we did with Coach Cal. Issue is that there's less players to pay in basketball versus 50-plus players in football. Agreed, but at the same time, I would say in football, what would you say? About 6-8 players can make a difference, depending on the position.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
quarterback, edge rusher, running back.
Keep going.
Offensive lineman,
and the rest
tackle.
offensive line. Is
Yeah.
that it?
Yeah, there you go.
We can do the rest. So I don't know. We'll figure that out. Mason, want to talk about the big three. I know Joe Johnson is an Arkansas guy, but if y'all are watching the big three, you need help. It's so boring and awful. I just would watch highlights that he posted on social media. I haven't watched a full big three game. I don't even know where to watch it.
Isn't that the thing that Ice Cube kind of developed?
Yes.
Yeah.
He tried to offer Caitlin Clark $5 million.
How great is Ice Cube?
Man.
I watch almost anything that dude does, man. He's just entertaining.
He's fun.
You put that on Fridays, I'm like, I'm laughing my head off at that thing,
I think
man.
they are set to maybe have another Friday.
They should.
Are. Now, if they have it without Chris Tucker, I'm not on.
You got to have Chris Tucker make the movie go.
I need Smokey.
We need Chris Tucker and Mike Epps.
I need Smokey and Day Day both out there having a blast.
Well, Chris Tucker missed the first rule that they gave down Scarface. Don't get high in your own supply. You can't do it because then they're going to come back and they're going to want the money, and you can't smoke it up, Chris.
What a movie!
He was that movie was hilarious. Now, so here's the question for you kids,
Cat Williams.
So who is going to take the role of the dad of the heavy? Well, the dad's gone.
John Witherspoon's passed away. Unfortunately,
but the cat that played
Debo's dead.
Debo's gone. You got to come up with a new D. Maybe Debo's got a brother.
And then
or
also,
something.
I mean, he was only in the first movie, but Bernie Mac's gone.
Well,
Bernie Mac played the minister.
The Lord is my shepherd. And he knows what I want.
So it's all right without Debo because you got Terry Crews who played.
Yeah, he could do it.
He played Damon in the third one. Maybe that's what the movie plot is around. They go back home for the dad's funeral.
When he shows up and one of the dudes in the second one when they've moved out, to the burbs.
Yeah.
He goes, "What are you doing out here? You like in the NBA or something?" He goes, "Yeah, I play for a team." He goes, "Who? The Cucamonga Cracker Killers."
Rancho Cucamonga Cracker Killers. I mean, I wouldn't mind the brothers coming back from the second one. What were their names?
The little Mexican guy the neighbor. He died too.
What was the name of those brothers?
He died. Yes.
Dang it.
He's gone.
Maybe you don't want to be casted in
Maybe there's a
dog
curse on
him.
Friday.
When they were running on top of the car to get away from that little dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's gone too.
Yeah, and then they start beating the dog
it
with
was
a belt.
Chico was the
Chico.
dog's name.
Chico was great. Man, that was
what
some funny
a movie.
Stuff. That was.
May have to go home and watch Friday. We were talking about movies the other day. There are some interesting Netflix ones out. This one is Hulu, I believe, but you're watching The Bear.
I'm watching The Bear TV show.
It's really good.
FX,
and you can watch it on Hulu. Very good show about a
restaurant.
A
guy
restaurant,
running a restaurant.
A chef, and it is chaos.
And all the chaos that goes along with that, and also being
Chicago
part of
family, Italian
beef. You guys if you get a chance to eat some Italian beef in Chicago,
that's the way to do it.
It's just unbelievable.
I started The Bear on Wednesday. I mean, I've heard about it for years,
Yeah.
and I just never got around to it. But I started it on Wednesday, and I kind of thought it would be like an hour-long thing.
Yeah.
Because most things now are.
So like a half hour?
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
30 minutes an episode.
And
And
it's
occasionally there's like a 40 or an hour.
I like the writing. It's great. You have some characters who play the role so good it stresses you out and gives you anxiety. I mean, it's just great acting.
If they ever make a Gene Wilder movie, they need Jeremy Allen White to play him.
Really?
He looks so much like
I
him.
got to watch this.
Yeah, it's good. I think you'd like it. And
I'll
the
do
story, how they kind of talk about each person's journey. I'll just wait till you get there. They got some good episodes coming
Sweet.
up. Another show out. I was telling y'all about this. It's fascinating. It's number 2 on Netflix. It'll probably be number 1 before not too long. It's called Supercell, but it's Supa. SUPA, Supercell. It's about these people who realize that they have these natural human abilities, but the government's behind it. Not exactly sure what's happening, but it just throws me off because there's a lot of gangsters in there, like some hood dudes, but they have a British accent, and it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't like it. I've never seen a hood British dude ever. So it's kind of hard when they're talking thug with an accent. It's very bizarre.
Well, if you go to Brixton, you'll run into a few of those in London.
Yeah,
so
if you can get past that after the first episode, because at first I was like 20 minutes in, I was like, what are we watching? Turn this off. And then I ended up watching 8 episodes in a row. Sorry, 6 episodes in a row. Yeah.
Did you watch the movie with McConaughey that Justin likes so much?
Gentleman?
The
yeah,
Gentleman?
That's really good.
That's pretty entertaining.
And there's also
like that.
a black
British?
gangster in that movie.
Is he British?
Yeah, they got some black British
Okay.
gangsters there, and they got some Asians in there. It's like the United Nations of crime. It's pretty entertaining.
No, I feel like these accents were over the top, though. Yeah,
So
I didn't
theirs
like it.
is.
Yes. Is it?
Yes, it's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, over the top.
So this texter from the 501 on our D3 Auto Sales text line, I don't know where this came from, maybe because we were talking about Wilt, but is there any player in basketball, college, or pro that is as big as Shaq was at the time? Like now? Probably not.
There's some guys.
Are we talking about like?
There are some guys as tall, but they're not as thick.
What do we mean as big? Like as?
I think we're talking about heavy. I think we're talking about heavy.
No.
Do they weigh as much?
I can't think of it.
Not now, because the game now is so fast you can't be that heavy.
Who would have been the closest to Shaq? Like a LSU
Oliver Miller
Shaq?
was like gigantic. Like
Would
he
you
was
say,
like 350 pounds probably.
LSU Shaq. Would you say Dwight Howard may have been the closest coming out of high school?
Shaq would have thrown Howard
Yeah.
around like a
I mean, I
rag
believe
doll,
that.
as
I'm
strong
just
as
trying
he
to
was.
think
There was a
size
guy
and-
at Kentucky back in the 80s named Melvin Turpin.
Yeah.
He was just thick. I mean, he was a little overweight, but man, he was hard to move. And
I mean, Shaq was more like thick.
Yeah,
Dwight
and
Howard was like
athletic.
sculpted out
Okay.
of stone. Yeah.
Yeah, Howard looked like he was training with Ivan Drago with the
Yes,
Russians.
yeah, that does look about
he had
right.
muscles on muscles,
Yeah.
but Shaq was he had country strength, man.
You remember Eddie Curry? He was a pretty big dude.
Mm-hmm, he was.
Michael Sweetney also was pretty.
This comes from our live fan feedback. Pigskin says pump the brakes on better than Federer. We do this in every sport, like it's the next Tiger or Jordan, and it never happens. Wait until he even gets close to Federer. I mean, y'all have.
I think Djokovic has already passed him.
Djokovic already has more majors than Federer. He has a winning record head-to-head against Federer. So, no, I'm saying Federer is not the best. I think Djokovic is.
Yeah.
That's Jeremy Allen White.
Oh, man, he looks just like him. That's pretty good, yeah. No, Federer was fantastic. I'm not trying, and that's the thing. Nadal's just, those are I would say the 3 best players who have played in the modern era, all played against each other.
So with this guy, Alcaraz, am I saying that right?
He's saying Alcaraz is not close to Federer yet, which is true.
Well, I mean,
he's
in
right.
a career, right? Just started.
Yeah, he's just a kid.
But
so talk to me in 10 years, and let's see what happens.
It would you say it would take something kind of not expected to happen to knock this guy off?
It's going to take an injury.
Really?
An injury, or he's going to have to find some woman that's going to mess with his head or something. Let's say this. Alcaraz could, I don't think that this is a bold prediction. He could win 2 majors a year for the next 10 years. That puts him right there with those guys.
Wow.
Right.
He's that good.
What is it about him? Just power, speed,
He's got
accuracy?
everything. He's got every shot. He's faster than all of these guys. He's muscular. His game translates to different surfaces. The thing in the past, there have always been clay court specialists or grass court specialists. This kid's already won on every surface, and he's just a baby. And I think, barring injury, I think the sky's the limit for the kid. Yeah.
This texter from the 501 says Zion would be the closest to Shaq today, but he is smaller. He's like 6 inches.
Zion was
shorter.
a baby Shaq, but he's hurt all the time.
Yeah.
You know, he
was big and he would bully him, just athletic.
They would.
Anybody watch the new Beverly Hills Cop?
Not yet.
I haven't watched it yet either, but I heard good things.
I'm set to see it. Yeah,
I heard Eddie brought out his Detroit Lions jacket again. I'm excited about that.
Trying to think, what else we got on tap?
And then somebody said They Clone Tyrone is actually really good. I never watched it, but I need to.
Who?
They Clone Tyrone. It's on Netflix. It's got John Boyega, Jamie Foxx, a few other people in it.
Boyega was the guy in Star Wars,
yeah,
right?
He has an accent too, right?
Yeah, he's British.
I don't like it.
You just don't like British people?
Is that what it is?
Do you not like black British people?
He doesn't want brothers sounding British.
I don't like gangster British people. I just
It sounds too posh.
I got something for you to watch then. You need to see this, both of you.
Yeah.
It's a show called Peaky Blinders.
Okay, I like that type of gangster.
You'd love these guys.
Yeah. Oh, I've binge watched Peaky Blinders.
You've seen it.
Thomas Shelby, I'm in it. You know.
Tommy Shelby is the man.
He is it.
Cillian Murphy, he's tremendous.
It's great.
His brother. And they got all those haircuts, they got shaved down here, and they got the hair up
like the little attire too.
Their fits.
We're trying to get Justin on it. He hasn't had a chance to watch it, but I think
he would
Justin
like it.
love
Yeah, he would love
the tweed those dudes wear.
Yes.
I got one of those hats when I was over there.
It's the real deal. Did you?
Yeah, it's got to get cold, man. Arkansas is usually too hot to wear woolens.
Yeah.
It's just,
What are they? Just a couple gypsies doing their thing?
More or less.
Oh, it's fun. All right.
More or less.
Take a quick break. Come back. We're going to wrap up this Monday edition of The Zone.
Take your yard up to the next level with the Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Josh Dickinson is a former PGA Tour caddy, and his landscape designs are inspired by some of the most beautiful golf courses around the world. Call Josh at 501-794-2770 for all of your landscaping needs. Flower beds a mess? Josh's crew can give your home the curb appeal you've always wanted. The Caddy's Touch Landscaping also installs French drains, retaining walls, and they'll even take care of your irrigation maintenance needs. The Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Call today, 501-794-2770.
Hurry up, dude. The game's about to start.
Nothing beats spending the day watching the game with your buddies.
Dude, I'm literally right here. Let's do this.
Which is why a shelter insurance renter's policy is key to your winning game plan. It protects things your landlord's policy doesn't.
Dude, where's your TV? What? No way, dude.
Like that flat screen TV that just got stolen.
See Agent Steve Ferguson in Little Rock, Bo Beavis in Cabot, or Daniel Vickers in Sherwood.
Do you wake up in the morning and sometimes those joints don't move like they used to? Maybe you have a hard time getting out of bed and it's just really painful. Well, I may have a solution for you. Hey everybody, it's RJ Hawk. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in advanced regenerative medicine. Now what is that? Well, they take your own body's healing agents and repair those damaged joint tissues. The new cellular therapies can get you long-lasting relief with no downtime. They've helped many people right here in Central Arkansas and tens of thousands around the country. If you're living with chronic pain from arthritis or injury, you need to know that steroids and surgery and pain pills are no longer your only option. QC Kinetics can treat the pain, enhance your joints, restore your mobility, and give you long-term relief with no downtime and no surgery. The local medical professionals at QC Kinetics are ready to help you get your life back. The future of medicine is here. Call for your free consultation now. 501-222-8440. 501-222-8440. That's 501-222-8440.
All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros make buying tires simpler. Make sure you're ready for an adventure life throws your way. We're more than just tires, offering full automotive services. Whether you're looking for an oil change, tire rotation, or even a custom lift kit, All About Tire and Brake Tire Pros is here to help keep your vehicle in motion. Any car, any year, any job, our certified technicians can do it all. Visit in store at one of our 2 locations in Mableville or Little Rock, or online at allabouttireandbrake.com. Tire Pros, love the drive.
Want to get in on the conversation? Shoot us a text at the D3 Auto Sales text line at 501-614-1037. D3 Auto Sales in Desart, the #1 independent dealer in the state, with the best prices and largest selection on pre-owned vehicles, including leveled and lifted trucks. Find them on Facebook. Whether it's football, baseball, or basketball, from high school to the pros, hit us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line.
Justin Akers for my friends at Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart. You think about apple pie and you think about mom, a couple of all-American things. Well, an all-Arkansas thing is Max Prairie Wings. That is a staple for people in-state and out-of-state to get everything they need for the outdoors. Fishing, hunting, and any way to have fun outside, even just getting some great summer clothing, Max has got you covered across the board. Go to their website, maxpw.com. You could call if you have questions at 870-674-8982. But if your question is, why should I go to Max? You don't have enough time for me to answer it. You can also get out on the water with your friends at Max Prairie Wings. A new Tohatsu motor available to you at Max. Start feeling the wind with Tohatsu outboard motors. 4-stroke motors from 2.5 to 250 horsepower. Tohatsu's been building motors since 1956, and they offer 5-year warranties and great reliability, dependability, and simplicity. Easy to use, and it's going to be a lot of fun for you and your family. Now's the time to get a Tohatsu or any of the other great items at Max Prairie Wings. They can help you with financing. They take major credit cards and debit cards. All you got to do is make the stop or make the call to Max Prairie Wings in Stuttgart.
You're back in the zone. You know, it can get weird on the show from time to time.
Quit waving your meat in my face.
Let's see how weird it gets today.
She's a very kinky girl, the kind you don't take home to mother. She will never let your spirits down. Once you get her off the street, oh girl. She likes the boys in the band. She says that I'm her all-time favorite. When I make my move to her room, it's the right time. She's never hard to please. Oh no, that girl is pretty wild now. The girl's a super freak, the kind of girl you read about. With magazines. That girl is really kinky. The girl's a super freak. I really love to taste her. Every time we meet, she's alright. She's alright.
All right, welcome back in before we kind of get cranked up. Pigskin.
We have an upset.
Uh-oh.
On the hallowed lawns of Wimbledon. Taylor Swift. I was just seeing. I was just seeing if your girlfriend was paying attention.
Okay.
Taylor Fritz took down the number 2 seed Alexander Zverev. He fell behind 2-0 and roared back with 3 consecutive sets. This is a big upset, and it's good. While American tennis is generally in the doldrums, that there are still some flashes of brilliance. So good for him.
All right, as we kind of get wrapping up our last 10 minutes of the show, in the break we had a good conversation about a trailer that drops tomorrow. Gladiator 2. We're going to get our first look at it. Stars Joseph Quinn. He really started blowing up in Stranger Things.
He was Eddie.
He was introduced in Season 4. You know, he was also in Games of Thrones.
Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones, yes.
Who was he in the Game
when,
of Thrones?
When Arya Starks showed back up to Winterfell after they thought that she was, about her business, and there was 2 guards who wouldn't let her in. He was one of the 2 guards.
No way.
Yeah. You remember that scene?
How about that? I do.
Yeah, he was the guard on the left, if I remember correctly.
Arya was my wife's favorite character.
Yeah? Oh, she was
she
great.
loved Arya.
Yeah, she was great.
And Arya turned out to basically save the world.
Absolutely.
She did.
Also, too, Game of Thrones. Who else was in there? There was another tie of a Stranger Things, Game of Thrones. Oh, yes, the prison guard that was in Russia. Sorry, spoiler alert, if you want to watch or whatever. I won't say too much.
A few years back there.
Yeah, a few years back. You know the prison guard. Do you watch Stranger Things?
Yeah.
Yeah, the prison
It's
guard
been 2 years since
who
I've seen
tried
the
to
season.
help so-and-so get out of there.
Right. Yeah.
He was the man with no face in Game of Thrones.
You're right.
Yeah.
He was.
Darrell,
Have you
whatever
watched
his name
the new
is.
Game of Thrones?
House of Dragon?
I just can't get into it, man.
Well, I'm waiting to see what's different, because if you are a Game of Thrones fans, you know how the story's supposed to end, because Joffrey in season 2 or 1 pretty much said how this is supposed to end. He said it in the show. So unless something changes.
I never wanted anyone to get killed more than Joffrey until it was that
Ramsay.
guy. Then it was Ramsay Bolton. I'm like, Ramsay Bolton was worse than Joffrey. He was horrible.
Awful.
He was the worst guy in the show, and there were some horrible people on that.
Awful.
But those dogs, he got what was coming to him.
God.
He did.
Yes.
Sansa.
Who else had,
brought the pain on that boy.
Who else could we not stand in Game of Thrones that needed to go?
Cersei. I hated Cersei.
She was a good villain though. She played that
was
role great.
She was a great shame.
Oh,
shame. She was a great villain. She was.
Is it bad? I kind of felt kind of good about that scene.
Oh,
no,
I did.
not bad at all. I was like, okay, Cersei, I feel you on that one. But all the other stuff you're doing is crazy. But that one I get.
That show was nuts, man. It really was.
Also in here, let's see the lineup. Denzel Washington is set to be casted in Gladiator 2. I'm kind of getting mixed things from two different websites.
I think Paul Mescal's in there.
Yeah, Pedro Pascal, right? And Paul
Mescal.
Paul Mescal and Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal is your Mandalorian, if you're curious about that. I saw something on one website. The guy who was his friend in the first Gladiator had him on a cast on this. I don't see how that would work, though, right? Isn't this way before? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The guy who buried his little family next to him. Can't remember his name, but he's cast.
Connie Nielsen's in it again.
Yeah, so it should be a nice little movie. You excited for it or no?
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it.
Yeah. I don't know what the story is, though, right?
Well, it's a prequel, so I assume it's just...
We wanted a young Maximus, right? To see his... I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. We got Wes here in studio. Wes, back at it again. We've been talking a lot. Our question of the day, with Arkansas continuing to lose its top recruits in the state, Sam Pittman... This is last year as head coach. Some people would say you have to have a guy that can get those type of players to stay here. Today's landscape of college sports is so different, so we don't know what the new normal is.
We were talking about this over the weekend, and there's not, unless I'm wrong, there's no one on the staff right now that's from Arkansas.
Has any ties, yeah.
Don't get me started.
You were recruited to Arkansas, obviously. Was it an in-state coach that was recruiting you that was your connection, or was it someone else? Would it have mattered to you?
It was the Danny Nutt.
Yeah.
He had me sold on Arkansas the moment he said, "Hey, young DJ, let me talk to you." I was like, God, who's this guy? I love him. But you're right, Wes. I said that. I don't know. The organization is so far removed from people who really get it. You know what I mean? Who understand and can sell Arkansas. I mean, you can sit here and sell really what it means to be a Razorback and sell Arkansas, but not like you can from somebody who's from here.
Yeah.
So I really do feel like they missed that.
Yeah. I wish they had somebody on staff like that. That's bad. I mean, you just can't lose. And we say it over and over. The state doesn't produce a lot of quality high school football players, and when you finally do produce some, you got to get them.
Yeah. I mean,
the easy thing is, we'll just go out of state and get somebody else, but goodness, it's just a bad look.
Yeah.
You were big on Monterio Elston too, weren't you?
Yeah, Money's he is my favorite high school football player to watch right now.
And he's going to be playing for
Kansas State.
Why there?
They were the first ones, man. They offered him early, got on him. They didn't let the size or lack of height bother them because, they've had Darren Sproles. They've had, what's the little guy with the Cal Vaughn?
Yeah.
They've had a history of going against some of these
guys.
smaller, shorter in stature, but quick.
And they were the first
fast.
ones to offer him?
Oh, yeah. And they created a relationship. I'm sure I haven't talked with him, but I'm just reading the tea leaves that, when someone's been after you the longest, you create the longest relationship, and it's hard to tell them no.
With the state of the program of where it's at Arkansas, how do you not offer that guy? Like 2 years ago. What are we doing?
Yeah. That's disappointing. And then Omarion Robinson may be the best safety in the country in high school. And to lose him to Oklahoma, that's just, I'm afraid that could be another, nail in the coffin. They got to produce on the field this year.
I saw the numbers of in-state guys we have got in the past few years, and I think it was like 3 last year, and there's 3 this year. It's like we're just not getting the in-state guys.
And it would be different, too, if they weren't going to be playmaker somewhere, which they will be. They really will be. So I don't know. What else y'all talking about today?
We got.
Oh, sorry. I want to interrupt you.
Yeah.
What are these rumors we're hearing about Jerry Jones in Saudi Arabia selling the Cowboys?
Oh, I haven't heard them.
Oh, no?
No.
Yeah, it's popped up on our feed today saying that. Now, they do say it's rumors, but from Fox 1 Sports or Fox Sports 1, a reporter there said that he's hearing rumors about him being interested in selling the Cowboys. We say no. There's no way that's going to happen, right?
It would be shocking, but then again, what if the Saudi guy offered him, twice the value?
That's what exactly.
They're worth like what are they worth?
$9 billion point something, yeah.
Huh?
$9.6 billion or something like that.
Or what if he offered $20 billion? Yeah, that's it. Then he's a very smart businessman.
Yeah.
How do you turn that down?
Wow. Legacy doesn't matter anymore.
Well, how much?
He's got family, Wes.
Speaking of nails and coffin, I don't want to say he's about to go, but
there.
get it while you can, and then your family for the next 4 generations, 5 generations.
That changes things. Okay.
Yeah. Logan Stout is coming on at 1:30. He's the new UAPB baseball coach. Yep. He was announced, I guess, over the weekend at some point. I don't know. I've been gone for so long, it seems like. But he's going to join us at 1:30. At 2 o'clock, Kyle Sutherland. He's organizing a big high school football media day later this month.
Where's that going to be at?
That's going to be at First Community Bank in Chenal, out in Chenal, across kind of Costco area, that new Super Kroger. And then Joe Klein's in the studio at 3 o'clock.
Cal Sutherland, CSE grad, too. You know he went CSE? Cal Sutherland? Yeah. He was on the state championship team. Does a great job with high school football landscape. Yeah.
Awesome.
Really good job with that. And you said that's going to be where again? I may actually want to go check that out.
That is, you may be doing the show out there one day.
I'm just kidding. I'll be there. Yeah.
You may.
I would know these things if the person I work with showed up to work.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Well, if he's not there, then you can take the show on the road and do it there.
There
you
we
can
go.
Do what you want to do.
Yeah, that would work.
That's First Community Bank.
All right, sounds great. Well, Wes, thanks for popping in, letting us know what's coming up next. That's being said, that's some good stuff there. So make sure y'all stick around and check that out. That's all we have for you here today. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It was DJ Williams here with Christian the Wizard Weaver and Pigskin. Y'all have a great day. Stick around. Out of Bounds up next.
Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.